All right. Does anybody remember what the fuck was happening last time? Because I don't.
Fuck no. I trusted Nate to watch the VOD.
Last time on D&D.
No one said this
Did
to
we save
me.
10?
Yes,
think
I
we
did.
saved 10.
Nope.
In chat,
was
she
in
did, and then
stream.
she dipped. Yeah.
You said, did you? And I responded, I did not.
God damn it. Take it away, Wendy.
Here's my notes.
Oh,
You're doing great.
Oh. Uh-oh.
You're in the hot
Are
seat.
you live? Hang on. 1 second.
Is Gray even live?
Who?
Who?
Oh,
Greg's
yeah.
in stream.
Okay.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, boy. Okay, I can do this. I got this. Dan, which is, his actual name is...
Go on.
You
Go
Darius Twinkus.
Darius Twinkus.
And
Okay,
we also have
Darius
Eitri
Twinkus
Fat
Maximus.
Hammer.
Something like that, yeah.
That's nice. Eitri Fat Cook.
So Darius Twinkus comes in and he's like whoosh, and he's got this air apparatus of sorts, and then it starts breaking down just as he gets to the ship, and then and then he goes falling, and then like he's got this hooky thing, and he hooky the ship, and then we had to pull him up, and then Gray mostly pulled him up, but I was there. Okay, and then let's see what happened after that. He was on the ship. He and the dwarf had a racist fight. What else
He
happened?
called me. He started it. Somebody went back in the VOD and checked. He did start it.
He did
That was
start
me.
He called me a halfling.
He did start it, and then
He got-
we all got
Yeah.
put into horrible nightmares. Well,
Oh yeah.
Except me.
it wasn't necessarily a
dragged you all
nightmare.
to
But
safety.
it's true, except for Eitri, who said what's up to a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were all just depressed after that for pretty much an hour.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Biffers was drinking oil or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
But
Why
I
did
do
the mood
think
suddenly drop.
I do think we slept through the night.
I think so.
We did.
Yeah.
We did, I
Yeah.
remember.
Morning.
I'll agree just because I want to.
All right. Well, if you haven't, then hit your long rest as we begin a new day.
Woo, I love long rest.
You all wake up sticky and humid from the new environment that you're all have to adjust to because it is stinky. And nobody's got deodorant.
Speak for yourself.
Does the
That's
wind
magic.
elemental not like kind of keep it cool with all the
Wind
airflow?
elemental is a storm cloud.
Hmm.
Titus would be the best smelling one because he's got magic. He literally just
I shower
flicks
myself
that
with
off.
magic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got Febreze and everything.
Yeah,
I
golden
just smell
magic
like
shower.
incense.
It's okay though. If I stand in his bubble and I smell bad enough, he'll do it to me too. Breeze.
I smell like
You
petrol.
could just ask.
Oh, you're right.
He showered everybody in the party once when we all got covered in blood. Blood?
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 What?
So, does anyone have anything they would like to do for the morning and only the morning?
My workout did not go.
I have work to
Yeah.
do.
Gray would like to look
Uh,
over the edge of the ship and make sure we are on the right course. Check at his map.
Okay. For Scylla, athletics check. Gray, perception check.
I was a 9.
9? Okay.
Um,
Yeah, no, you're still
I'm-
pretty tuckered out.
Yep.
Do I get an advantage because I have the map?
Bad workout.
Comparing
Sure.
landscapes? Yeah, sure. He said sure. I get an advantage. Oh, thank God. Oh, well, shit. It's 11.
Well, okay.
Disappointment.
So, it's hard to tell. You're in a new environment. You know you obviously went over the Revelry River. But now you look down and it's just a slew of these trees like you've never seen before. They're a bright green compared to that dark green brown that you're used to in the Mossy Mountains. This is much more tropical. A lot more rain. A lot more heat.
Okay, sorry.
I love that heat sound. It's great.
Do you have some spoonfuls of sugar while you're making that cake, Wendy?
You bet. Oh my god.
There's no sugar in the cake now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Cup for
She made the
It was-
cake, but
Cup
like
for me.
mixed it bit by bit, you know, swallowing each ingredient. So she's made a cake,
on.
but it's deconstructed.
It's got bananas in it. It's yummy.
Was anybody else want to do anything in the early hours of the morning?
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
working on my helmet anytime I get. So I'll be in the captain quarters doing that when I'm not in the grove.
Okay. You're keeping track of how long that's taking.
I sure am.
If we're on a reasonable course, then I would like to go up to my post and just keep a lookout in the nest.
You assume so.
Okay.
I am going to be kind of looking around the ship and inspecting it for potential faults or places where I reckon there could be maybe an upgrade made.
Okay. So as you're walking around the Bondo box, go ahead and give me an investigation.
Investigazione. Investigation.
After her workout, she would just go in, play with Cortana.
Okay. 14. Yeah, you're seeing it looks like there is somebody kind of like in charge of general repairs, kind of help you see him kind of guiding people. He appears to be some kind of handyman or carpenter or contractor or something before disaster struck. You see him taking the lead on some of these projects of replacing wood or patching wood, and you see like these kind of more crudely made nails, like they were kind of whipped up, and you see people using those, hammering those into places. There's a lot of work to be done, but not a lot of resources to get it done.
Hmm. Okay, how long are we in the air for? Because I guess that's a question I can ask whoever's like, because obviously I just arrived. I kind of jumped on the bus while I was in mid transit, so I don't know where we're going. Who's near me right now? Who can tell me where the fuck are we going?
Hold on.
Rolling to
captain
see who's in
quarters.
earshot.
I'll just shout.
I-
Where are we? What's going on?
He's losing it already. He's been on here for less than 24 hours.
Jeez, Cortana, what's this guy's deal?
You see, Darius, you see a large eel hound. It is a basically the size of a horse, kind of in the shape of a dog with the head of an eel, scaly.
Cute.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. Okay. Well, hey, you eelhound! Where the fuck are we going?
So aggressive.
It just looks at you,
aggressive.
kind of like tongue sticking out a little bit like a dog.
Right.
It's got
Okay.
what are they? Big yellow eyes.
Yeah,
Corsola?
her eyes are giant yellow.
Yeah. Just
Good boy.
like
Orbs.
the eyes of like, I would assume maybe like 3 brain cells.
She's smarter
It's
than
fine.
you.
I only need one.
And also the eyes of a predator. Like not like that it's hunting you, but you know that it could
It
rip
could.
your face off.
Yeah.
Darius,
Giving
you do realize she's an eel hound, right?
Well, yes, of course. So I've had a bit too much to drink, I think.
Do you want some more? Maybe she'll start
I-
talking to you then.
I
She'll wave her
thought-
flask at him.
I thought you'd never ask.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Good luck, buddy.
You want some of my my old arm oil?
You can just add a drop in there if you want.
Yeah, by all means. Kind of my arm kind of like slightly deconstructs, and a little a gap within the with the arm itself drips a little bit of oil into of course this flask. Yum yum.
Wonderful. I have a friend that might be interested in trying that.
Don't give any more to Biffers, I swear to fuck.
Different friend. Different friend.
Okay, right.
He can. Maybe he's had something like this before, but I'll see. We'll find out.
I want to
but-
be walking around the ship burning incense, by the way.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
Okay. Oh, I opened up Microsoft Store. Oops.
Damn.
But to answer your question on where we're going, I think
Oh.
if I heard right, we're going to Titus's mom's place, I think. You'd probably have a better shot of
for the night.
Yeah. I think you'd have a better chance of asking him about the
Okay.
full details, but yeah. Pretty
Valid.
sure.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help and for your concoction. I'll
Yeah,
save this
I'll
for
take
later.
that back. There you go.
I'm gonna add it to my little reservoir in my
Little tradesies.
yeah. I've got a lot of
Sharon?
vials on my belt, so
Yep,
I'll
yep.
just I'll empty one out. Empty one out, and it pours onto the ground, and it just like a small hole burns through the ground. It's like, yep, let me just put that in there real quick.
That's not gonna cause an issue later, is it?
No,
I say a small
no.
hole burns in the ground.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Um,
It dissipates before it burns all the way through.
Oh, okay. She'll like scratch at it with her claw. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Alright, cool.
I like try and cover it up with my foot. Like, yeah, no,
Alright, cool.
there's nothing.
I trust you. Perfectly seem reasonable.
I mean, we've only just met, but I appreciate your confidence.
I mean, you wouldn't, share a drink with me if I couldn't trust you, right?
I've shared drinks
Nah.
with worse individuals. It was their last, but
Drink?
you know.
Okay. Right. Cortana, we're gonna go over here now. I'm gonna go hang out with Uncle Gray, okay? Okay, we're gonna go find Gray.
Climb up in that bird nest.
She'll carry me up there. I'm sure she
I'm
can
such a-
climb it.
I'm such a people person, as you can see.
You're just an alcoholic.
Well,
I've lost the title.
eh.
Oh my god.
So, Eitri, as you're going around burning incense, pretty much everybody you walk by just immediately just
And noticing this, I tell them, it's for the bugs. It's for the bugs. If you don't like it, think about what they're gonna think. It's clearly like a distraction.
Yeah.
From the fact
They-
that the wind is blowing poorly.
when they try to look at you and respond, you just kind of see like reddened eyes watering. It's
I'm gonna go around behind the dwarf, and so I want to give the party each something, because like I did that spell to make a bunch of food and stuff,
uh-huh.
and iced tea. I made ice, and it goes in the tea, and then it iced tea, and I hand it to the occasional person, but party first. So yeah.
You're all handed an iced tea from Chase.
Good.
How sweet is it? Like, is it southern Like Southern America iced
Southern
tea, like
sweet
the good
tea?
shit, or
It's the only kind of tea.
yeah, damn right,
Oh,
this fucking guy.
You shut your commie ass up.
Yeah, you tell him.
I don't know how sweet it should be. You know what? How about this? How about this? Every person I walked up to would be like, "How much sugar?" And I'll just start pouring and watch as they go, "Holy fuck!"
Say
How
when.
about that? Yeah, yeah.
They're like, you have like sugar cubes, but each sugar cube is the size of like a Rubik's cube. It's like, how many would you
Oh
like?
my God.
Instead of a salt lick, it's just a sugar cube.
Trying to wedge that into the glasses. That's awesome.
And with that, I need somebody to roll a d20.
Somebody
Dan?
or everybody?
Tree.
Somebody.
I blame Dan.
I think he's one of the new
Tree.
people.
What?
Yeah,
We're at the bottom
Tree
of the
up
list, right?
first.
All right, here we go.
2
Don't fuck us.
ones in a row.
That's crazy.
Woo! That's
Nice.
gonna kill us all.
Want me to...
No, we don't know. Last time one was
Cooking.
okay. 20 was really bad.
yeah. Yeah.
Then I win. Yay.
It's like
sure,
golf.
man.
Yep.
Unless he
Yeah.
changed it this time. It changes all the time.
Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
Uh-oh.
He said, if I don't know, they'll never know too.
Exactly. They can't know my next step if I don't have a next step.
Mm.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. As the day progresses, day gets hotter and hotter. You're sitting around about 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very uncomfortable.
Hey Siri.
Super high humidity.
Is there not a breeze because we're flying? There's a wind,
Yeah,
right?
there is a breeze. It's bad. It could be worse.
I think that's somewhere in the
85
30s for you, Dan.
Cool, thank you. It's Fahrenheit to Celsius.
Low 30s?
29. Ah, that's fine.
Oh.
Did you say 85?
Yep, 85. Your humidity is around
29.
like 90%.
Yeah.
That is
It's
the,
gross.
That is the UK in the summer.
It's thick.
Yeah, it feels like you're swimming when you're walking.
Yum.
Yay.
Gonna modify my outfit.
Good thing I have feathers.
Start stripping.
Ray literally tore
And-
off his sleeves.
Actually, can I get a group perception?
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Okay.
Do I
How
get
far are you
advantage
down
in the
for a
bird's nest?
There you are.
No shot.
What was that, Randy?
No.
Okay. I want advantage.
Aw.
16. That's okay.
Let's go.
I'll take 19.
Why can you never just take passive perception?
Because
Because
that's not how this works. That's if I'm trying to sneak and kill you.
20, man.
Okay. Throughout the day, you all notice an odd smell coming from the cargo deck below the crew quarters.
it's gone bad, hasn't it?
And it's
I thought it was
Go first,
Biffers.
bed.
Sorry.
It's probably Biffers.
it's kind of a sick, like I don't know, it's mildewy. It's not good. Like it's bad, but it's tolerable.
Yeah, let's just check it out, because, like, if it is
Yeah.
mold on everything, then it's going to spread to the other food. Might as well scrape the mold off at least. Get rid of that.
Yeah. As you go down there, you can see there's already large chunks of this odd. It looks like black mold, but it's got like more speckles of these weird colors in it. There's a lot of red and white speckled into it.
Where's Titus? I don't trust this.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Do I recognize this from somewhere?
Go ahead and give me
History?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Not nature.
Can I aid his history?
Can I
Oh,
eat
I
it?
guess-
If you read about it.
Can I eat it?
I am an academic, after all.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you examine it and you take a quick little scraping, you haven't seen this in person, but you've read about a sentient species that comes from mushroom.
You doing the fucking Last of Us right
Yeah.
now? What the fuck?
Yep.
I have an idea. Maybe this is a bad idea based on what Dan just said, but what if we tell Biffers that this is like a mushroom and just let him go to town? See what happens.
No.
Honestly,
No.
I couldn't agree more.
Let's have Fran do
No.
it.
No one's eating the mushrooms.
So, sentient mushroom.
Can we
That
burn
turns
it?
into like a living race.
Okay, so it starts off as
Oh.
like a fungus that will then evolve and become an actual. Fuck, is it the fucking flood? What the fuck?
You remember they are called the mycin. Fucking Christ, the mycinid.
Mycinid.
MYCONID.
I guess we can't eat it then, huh?
Burn it.
What was it? MIC.
MYC.
MYC.
Yep. ONID.
ONID. Interesting.
Yeah, you're not 100% sure that they are just straight up born from spores that just grow, but that was your first passive thought when looking
Okay.
at it.
Interesting. Is the area that they are currently in, is it like quarantinable?
Yeah, you could block all. There's one door going to the cargo bay,
Okay, cool.
but it is or there are exterior doors that open up for actual loading,
right, but
but one for
that's-
personnel.
I was gonna say that's probably not going to be too big of an issue while we're X number of feet in the air. Okay, so
I think we should ban it.
Titus, you wanna? Yeah, you think we should cordon off this area just while I have a little investigation? You know, I need to kind of run some tests and maybe suggest taking some of the cargo that hasn't been tainted out, so that we aren't short on supplies, but also keeping this thing contained.
I can
got
help.
it?
I can help with that.
I hope to.
Fantastic.
I wanna-
and what like?
I want to start moving things and inspecting all of it, make sure there's no little tiny bits left over.
So wait, you're cleaning it or you're just quarantining it?
Just quarantining. So, and taking items out of the cargo hold that haven't been tainted, but
Yeah.
also just like cordoning off the area. So,
Yeah.
It's
That's all easy enough to do. It definitely started in the food. You see, it's definitely a lot more potent under barrels in the base where it looks like it might have been trapping some of the humidity.
mm,
You do notice that it hasn't taken hold in anything that sees light. So if there's a few holes of light coming in through the hull of the ship, you see
They-
a big opening of the
Yeah.
mushroom. The fungus hasn't started growing there.
okay.
It seems that it really wants to stay in this dark, humid parts.
Okay.
And under the barrels in that gap, it looks like a small fungal jungle. Because it is very strong. You almost have to pry the barrels up, and you can hear the mushrooms ripping
Mm-mm.
and snapping.
Okay.
Can I? Is it like sunlight that it's staying away from, or just light in general?
I think we can test it.
You can test it because as of right now, you're not sure.
All right, I
I've
want
got
to
a
grab the
spell.
nearest candle and
that'll work.
use thaumaturgy to make it as bright as a candle can possibly burn.
With that, I mean, you go up to like the colonies, and it doesn't move or really react, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
I'm a
I should have made you
little
roll for it, but it's
curious.
too late.
Yeah, I'm a little curious about like a light spell itself. I do want to see if that works.
Okay. Does the light spell you're gonna cast say anything about sunlight? Because there are spells that are like, this is the sun, basically. But most light spells are just a magical light.
Could I also caution each tree to, not necessarily harm said fungus, trying to be like, look, kind of sure, see if it retracts maybe, but don't straight up try and
I'm not burning it.
I'm not saying you are, but hey, if it's if it's making an attempt to avoid light,
Fetus deletus.
that's legal in
This
your
is
state, right?
This is a cantrip. It doesn't mention anything about sunlight, but it does mention if you target an object held or worn by a hostile creature, that creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw to avoid the spell. So
Okay.
I'm curious what that'll do. Let's
Are you
say I
casting it
target a
on
barrel.
a colony?
Yeah, okay, so think about it this way, like on a barrel, like the bottom of the barrel that we kind of accidentally ripped up a little bit anyways. Let's see what happens.
Okay. It doesn't. Give me a perception check.
Perception! This one.
Okay.
19.
You don't see like an immediate like recoil, like it's actually like a fully sentient thing. These are just probably breeding grounds. They're not really going to do a lot. You're not going to affect them unless you destroy them.
Is it
Oh, okay.
Is it like a nursery then? Is there been a myconid that has come in and placed these spores to grow?
So you know that the mycinin are usually from the Underdark. They are usually below ground in these warm, humid caves. And it seems that the ship itself is kind of mimicking that to be an incubation. So at some point, something from the Underdark or it just took one spore and somehow
Destroy a species.
yeah, and it just got lodged in a barrel of food or something, and now it is in the perfect breeding grounds to spawn.
Okay.
May I want to check the unicorn's glade because it's kind of ship/glade now, right? So I'm
Yeah,
curious
which is
if
a
that
floor
has
above.
a floor above. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious if that has any signs of that, so I might want to investigate that as
Yeah.
well. Maybe
Yeah,
ask the unicorn herself too.
Go ahead and give me perception.
Perception. Fuck.
Yeah, you don't see any mushroom in the grove. Just walking around, like, you like kind of like move a blooming flower with your finger, like, nah, that's good.
That seems about right. I'll keep it in mind though to check later because I don't see anything wrong with doing that again.
Okay.
Darius, you seem to know about this. If we burn it, will it come back?
My fear is yes. Part of me doesn't want to.
It's going to destroy all our food.
Also, fire.
Well, I mean, if it's my thought is, if it's already on the food, there's no saving that food. the food that we have and separated, it's not gonna touch that. But also, it is sentient. So my thought is, why not just talk to it?
Sentient. Mm-hmm.
Speaking to mushrooms. Where's a druid when you need one?
That's the
How developed? How developed is the myconid in its current form? Is it like just a kind of like?
It's one step up from basically being a spore.
Okay, so just kind of like you described before, like mold.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too late for Plan B to work.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're past that point. But you could still go to Plan Mushroom.
Okay.
Sporing. So.
Do we have a jar? Do we have any jars about? Gray, Eatery, any Cosilla? I'll take any. No. Like I'm thinking, like
If
yay
you're looking for a
big.
jar, you can just you can have one. I'll allow it.
Fab. Brilliant. I am going to, with my mechanical arm, pick up a sample and place it into the jar and seal it tight.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check.
On dexterity.
Okay.
Okay.
You are successful in getting a scoop in the jar, but a lot of the mold gets wedged in between all the joints and openings and hinges of your arm.
How resistant
Brilliant.
is
Love
your
that.
arm to fire? He's gonna.
It'll hurt. You'll feel it. But it won't kill you.
It'll survive. I'll survive. It'll be usable in the end, but it's going to hurt like hell.
Yeah, you sure to pick that up.
This is crazy.
I think if you
ideas.
fully want to get it out, this is gonna spread, and this is gonna spread easily. Don't touch anything. I'm gonna get a torch out, light it on that candle.
Can I? Anyone got a I don't know, like a piece of wood or something I can bite down on?
Oh. I've got a rod of immovable whatever. I'm sure that's fine.
Cleric, you got anything?
No.
Yeah.
Don't want that hand to get infected and infested with mold.
Do you want my rod?
Oh, buy me a drink first. Holy shit.
Bam!
I'm just gonna pull the rod out and show him.
Well,
hold on.
Jesus. Has Nate been muted this whole time? Is he? He
I
hasn't
think
said
he's
anything. Okay,
I'm in the captain's quarters.
gotcha.
No one came to get me.
Well, we all smelled
That's fine.
it, right?
Unless
Or
Yeah.
did Nate smell it?
if he's in the captain's quarters and see if it's sealed off.
I would
Yeah,
have
I
the
mean,
door shut.
knowing Titus, he locks himself up a lot, and
Yep, I was in there doing work with the door shut.
this is character
Yeah.
accurate.
He's got the highest
And,
roll though.
Yeah.
And the blinds pulled.
I
He
did have a
doesn't give a
21
damn.
Perception. He's not wrong.
You did.
Yeah, I feel like he
It's a
would've
group
smelled.
check though, so it was
I
it was
guess.
a pass, but not necessarily he had to be there.
Okay, well, maybe I could smell it through the floorboards. There's a draft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
I would-
Titus
yeah.
can be there, wander down there if he wants to. Like you don't have to just not be there if you. But if you think it's right for your character,
So-
not to be there.
Could I
Graham,
recognize the smell?
After a while,
Because if I don't recognize it, no one comes to get me, I'm probably going to stay. But if I recognize it,
It smells like
if I've
mother's
been
cooking.
trained or taught on anything at the school, then I'm going to go check it out.
You're gonna get the smell of kind of like right when a fruit starts to rot. Like it's kind of sweet, but it's off. You're gonna get like a whiff of that like every 15, 20 minutes. Just like a quick whiff, like what was that? And then it happens again. You're like, okay, that's a little weird.
Yeah, probably on the third time, if no one came to get me, I'd go check it out.
Okay, we could just have you down there where you see Chase with the rod out. Gray has a lit torch, and Darius holding his arm out, asking for something to bite.
Oh,
It could be
wait.
some weird sex stuff going on down here.
Can you prestidigitation this mold?
Mold?
Yeah,
Yeah.
as you get down there, you see it. It's on the walls. You see like an overturned barrel where it's really prominent.
Okay. Cover my face with my robe. I'm going to get one of my glass vials, try to collect a sample.
These guys and their fucking samples.
Okay. Give me a deck save. Or yeah, deck save.
Deck save. Got it.
Was it just as bad?
This is spell
Yeah.
magical effect?
Jesus.
No.
Y'all are
One.
awful.
Yeah. Hey, Chase, you want to help?
Yeah, as you successfully get it in the vial, but your robe
That
sleeves
is a natural
are-
one. I don't know if Chase can help
Oh,
Oh,
he's infected as well.
with that. Yeah,
hold on, he might not be.
Well-
The luck
Okay.
of a halfling
Yeah.
might save him.
Yeah. maybe.
That's true. That's true. And I am looking directly at you, like, huh? So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you get my luck.
All right, bet, because I don't want to immediately, pass out from whatever fungal pops in my face. 18.
Thank God.
18. Okay. You have the foresight of looking at Darius's arm, and you roll your sleeves up, and you use the proper tools instead of just grabbing it and making a good scraping in a vial.
Well, we should probably burn the rest of this, yeah?
That's what I was saying.
You
But-
don't want the ship to crumble.
The sum on Darius's hand. I don't. It seems to grow
That's-
in the shadow.
Probably not good. I'm going to dancing lights. Put 4 orbs of light up in the room and try to start seeing where all this is.
Oh, it's. You wouldn't say it's everywhere, but you're close to it.
Oh,
With a
God.
blend of firebolt, prestidigitation, and mending, can I start like Lysol wiping this away?
Damn.
I'll have you do an Arcana check to control the fire, but you can definitely try.
Oh, bet.
I'll get my.
I'm gonna fill
ooh,
up a bucket of water just in case.
I'm sure this will be fine.
Okay,
Um,
you can roll with advantage then with Chase helping you.
Sweet. All right. Well, that's an unnatural 20 at least once. Let's roll the other one.
Also, Darius, are you gonna try to stop this? He's definitely gonna burn one puddle away before you have the ability to stop him. But
Yeah,
you can
one.
you can
I
Get in there.
have got a sample that I have got stored in this kind of jar, so I'm like content, more so worried about like in the event that this is a new type of strain that it might go extinct. So now I'm like, look, well I've got my sample. That's kind of the primary, and look, maybe I could maybe once it's developed I can talk to it.
Hey, there we go.
honestly,
Yeah.
maybe it's all
Question.
over
I
again.
got a question.
Yep.
Does
Just
that
watch this
jar
genocide
have
its
air
people.
holes? Does it have air holes?
I don't know. It can. You can make holes in anything.
Yeah,
Please don't put holes
I'm
in it.
asking Dan because I'm curious.
Like the ship?
No.
No, she's
Or the
talking about
sample.
Darius's jar with the sample.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just have
Yeah.
like a vial that I put mine in. I don't have any air in it either. No. I just threw it in there and I'll check it out later.
Yeah.
In a more controlled environment.
So that's up to Darius. If Darius wants to put holes in his lid, he can.
Not right now. We've got other things to deal with.
Thank
Okay.
You know.
If it's got a cork lid, it's got a little bit of airflow.
You can throw those in with the mimics.
Mimic.
Yeah, let it.
They can be friends. They can
Let it
grow up
grow.
together like a cat and a dog.
That'd be cute.
No, I don't
That'd
think.
be very cute.
Don't let
Probably
either
should-
of them
we
near
have to
my
probably
near
check on that.
Grandma.
Are the spores like, are they making a noise or anything? Is
Uh-oh.
there any sign that they are in any
Yeah,
sense
squeak.
trying to
Give-
like communicate in any
Give me a
capacity?
perception.
Perception.
See if you can hear any small voices screaming in agony. No.
Jesus Christ, guys.
That's a damn.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Fucking whip the combat out.
Titus would have cleaned it anyway.
Okay. So, with Titus leading the group in the cleaning, with burning, Chase there to quench any kind of smoldering that happened. It takes a couple hours, even if all of you hop in, to help with scraping or guiding or anything like that. I'm going to need anyone who wants to help in the cleaning, I'm going to need a group investigation to see if you can get it all.
I want to check the rest of the food.
I'm tainted right now. Have I? I should probably stay back if I feel like I'd end up causing
Jason
more
and I
trouble.
both rolled 5 on the die.
I will also help.
2 12s.
Two.
Oh gosh, guys. Guys.
Why?
Talking about.
I rolled so well last time.
I don't
Who's
think we're gonna
left?
get it all.
Gray still got to do one.
I wanted
Unless
to-
he's not doing it.
I wanted to check the food. The rest of the food.
That's part of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Investigation.
because we're checking everything.
Please carry us.
Please, thank
Yes.
Okay.
goodness.
All right.
We needed that.
Genau.
What's that average out to? We got 24, 29, 41, 43, 64 divided by 6. There's 6 of us now. Looking at a 10. Oh, that's not good.
So, you all spend the afternoon into the very early evening cleaning, scraping, burning, putting burning out. And you've successfully, probably, you think at least, cleaned out the cargo. And then you all turn and look at Darius with his
What's up?
arm.
We should probably sterilize that.
I
Would
have
you
an
like me
idea.
to burn it out for you?
I have an idea. I need to quickly look something up. Okay, cool. I've got a potion of fire breathing. Can I set myself out?
I'm just gonna stand here with the
Well, you
bucket.
don't need to waste that. We have fire magic.
I mean, if you've got fire magic, that's fine. Go for it. I was just thinking,
Where is
like,
X?
I wasn't sure who else had fire magical potential other than just torch.
I mean, I have Sacred Flame I could cast on his arm. If you'd like me to,
I mean,
can
I
burn
have
it
a
out for you.
torch. I'm just holding a torch there, staring at him.
It's just a cantrip.
Just eyeing me up.
I say
Um,
torch and gray.
I could try to do
Feel
a
free,
small
fella.
burst
let
of
me-
fire,
let me
but
just,
it's not
like,
always the best.
I'll
Can you
kind
take
of
off
just
the
extend my
hand?
hand out. No, it is kind of fastened
Oh,
to
that's right. It's his
my
mechanical
stump.
hand.
Yeah, the one you really want to know about. Part of me is like, even if I could take it off, I don't know if I'd want to, because I have a feeling someone would steal it.
Nope, nope,
Fair.
nope. Not physically, but maybe the blueprints of.
There's a patent for that.
If Gray is torching it, I'm gonna go pee.
Do you want some help cleaning that?
He's on it. There it
Um,
is.
do you have
Yes, man.
any? How would you like to help, darling?
Well, how deep in does it go? Is it just on the outside, or
Could be
Oh
spreading.
no, it's in there.
Yeah,
it's in there?
I mean,
Oh, it's in all the nooks and
it has
crannies.
the arm itself has the ability to kind of like the panels kind of separate, so you can like I would be able to get in there and perform maintenance as well
Okay.
as holding items that I need. So in this case, I've just kind of done that, so you can just see all up in there, you know.
Okay. Is it all metal, or
It's
do
all
you
metal,
have?
yeah.
Okay. Well, then a little bit of fire shouldn't do any too bad if there were some ropes or rubber hoses. But yeah,
Mm.
small amounts. We should be able to clean it and then mend it with no issues.
Ooh.
It's gonna look all cool and like kind of like red hot metal kind of aesthetic. That's gonna be fucking cool.
You're
Yeah,
gonna look
we'll
like
keep
our
some
grill.
water on hand and maybe a cure wounds.
What
You
if
know.
we
Yeah,
air
if you wanna-
blast
if
it
you wanna-
in
if you
the
wanna use me as a-
elemental?
If you want to use me as a grill, feel free.
So can I try to use the weakest fire bolts to slowly just kind of from the fingers down work my way down and one finger fire blast the fungus away,
Sure.
Yeah.
just like a blowtorch finger of cantrip.
Yeah, cast it.
All right, bet.
All right. So, as you hold your arm out, Titus, with one finger, casts a small firebolt. Go ahead and roll me a d4.
A D4. Okay. I'm sure this will be fine, right?
Yeah.
No tissues. No tissues at all. That is a 2.
Okay. So as
Can I
he
Do a thing
fire,
while I'm doing this too.
like what?
Okay, so I have this thing where I can move my arcane ward to another person
Yeah.
with my projected ward. Could I try to reinforce parts of the metal while I'm doing this?
You can, but the whole point of the ward is to prevent damage, so you might
Yes.
prevent it from actually doing anything.
Okay, that's fine.
You'd protect the arm, but you're also protecting the fungus at the same time.
Right, that's why I was trying to see what I could do with. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll see how this works. I'll fabricate parts if we need to.
So, Darius, as you feel this mini explosion happen inside of your arm, you take 2 points of fire damage.
Lovely.
Splash.
Me all been there.
And that is one small
What?
part of the arm and this precision, this surgeon
Lovely.
trying to be.
I see, yes. I see, yes. This might not work how I want it to.
You feel like where that explosion happened, though, it's probably clean of spores.
It's probably pretty clean. Yeah, where's a control flame cantrip when you need one?
All right,
we
you want
might
to do it
just have
again, or you got to change tactics?
we might have to just do this by hand.
Randy, is this
does the arm
thing?
detach?
Oh.
Hmm?
Is it? Is
So what,
this?
sorry?
Is this a monstrosity?
Ooh,
That is a good question.
that's a great question.
I mean,
I'm
off
rip, I want to say no because it's not an actual thing yet.
Right.
I mean, everything I'm reading about the
Is a-
Mycenids right now suggests that they're a peaceful race.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Peaceful and appreciation for the quiet.
I don't want one growing. Well,
Out of the wood of the ship.
Yeah.
It's kind of too late for that. Though.
until the grove can cover the rest of the ship, we need to keep this safe.
When
That's
it
why
when we
I kind
land,
of
we
want to
can plant it somewhere
That's why I
safe.
kind of want to preserve some of it, because I'm like, look, if this is a sentient creature and we're going to wipe out most of it, then. But that's a following question, I suppose. If mycenids are sentient, right? Is the entire collection of mold one creature or a colony?
So,
Good
That's
question.
a philosophical question that you'd have to ask yourself.
Okay. Because in my mind, I'm going to go ahead and say it is one creature, and preserving it in some form isn't so. We could exterminate 90% of it, so long as we have a sample of it. We've not committed any kind of genocide.
Well, I'm gonna treat it like you would an ant infestation. We kind of need this ship to keep going.
also,
We can capture that like we have, and maybe replant it somewhere else. But it can't live here.
Darius, considering that it got onto the ship in the first place, it's very likely that it exists elsewhere, and we happen to float past a colony that already exists.
Great point.
But-
Like, how did it get on the ship?
Well, if it developed from the food, that might just be how mycenids are born, is from rotting food.
Could have been
Well,
in
but
the
then
air.
we-
Could have already been on the ship and just been
Could have. The
sitting
ship
alone.
was in the ground when we pulled it up.
Mm-hmm.
We had to dig it out of the ground.
We don't know where this ship has been, if you know what I mean.
Got ship aids.
Shades.
Exactly where it's grown.
Oh, it makes so much sense now.
Oh my goodness. Well, if
It was just the
you
right
would like to
conditions.
remove it from your arm and put it somewhere else.
Oh no,
I
I've
wanna
already
help.
got a jam jar full of this shit. So feel free to get rid of the rest. I don't care.
Okay.
Have we still not burned it?
Well, I kind of did some damage. I don't want to break the arm. It seems pretty precious to him. Seems pretty attached.
Could
As
have-
your arm might be to you.
If you leave
Yeah,
it, you can have an
so-
organic arm again.
Hmm.
Well, assuming you had
Biomechanical.
one before.
It's fine. I've been without one for at least 70 years. I don't need. I honestly, flesh is weak. Just
Well,
gotta get it out there.
I've got
That's
some
the
time.
flamesy tree.
I've got some time. I could sit with you and start to clean this by hand if we have to.
Yeah. Anyone got any bleach?
What's that?
What is bleach?
I mean, I can still
I'll drink
sacred
that.
flame it, and it only affects the targeted creature,
Okay.
Oh,
which would
that's hell
be
yeah.
his arm.
You're assuming it counts as a creature.
I mean, you
Well,
said
if it's-
sentient.
It is-
You said sentient life form.
It's just mold at this point, though. It's a breeding ground.
Thanks, Nate.
So
So it may or may not
Well,
work.
Yeah.
You're also
nothing-
assuming when it is full grown that it's still considered a creature. It could
Nothing
be.
ventured. Nothing ventured. Nothing gained. Come on,
Well,
dwarves.
it's either
Light me
well,
up.
it's either I aim it at you
Burn 'em.
or the target, which I don't want to do it to you if you're the target.
Can we date the mushroom?
Oh,
Maybe.
If no, not sentient.
Do we have anything on the ship that generates the cold, or anything that negates heat? Because if
I
it
think we
lo-
guys-
if it likes the damp and the warm, why not freeze it?
It
Or
may
a
as full
freezing
grown
spell?
method.
If it shies away from light, why not just walk outside?
it doesn't shy
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
It just goes in it.
Right, because my,
Well, yeah,
my
it'd
lights
be-
are up on top of everything else.
It'd be a lot easier to get rid of it if it's inert.
It's true.
But it's
Yeah.
also on the inside of his arm. It's not just
Yeah.
on the outside.
Yeah, but he can't
So-
open that shit up, you know?
Yeah,
he
that's
said
what
he
that's kind of what I have been doing. It's it's like a it's all up in
Yeah.
there. You can
It's a lot of nooks
finger it
and
up if you like.
crannies.
Give it a little wiggle round,
By the way, knowing that it got onto Darius's arm, knowing that it got onto his arm, I'm going to look at the rest of the people. Do like a medical check on all of them. Be like, hey, you got extra crap growing on you?
Check your shoes.
As in like the extra like the people in the room, because I'm wondering like
The ship.
we've quarantined this. I don't know how many
We've
people have gone
quarantined
through.
after. We quarantined after we discovered it. Yeah.
So, Chase, with that medical check, fun fact about mushrooms: spores are really, really, really hard to see.
Yep.
Mm.
So even if something's not growing, doesn't mean there isn't a spore in somebody's, clothing.
Yeah. Okay, but so no obvious things yet. Anyway.
No
Or they've
obvious things.
Or they've ingested it.
Yep. Or you've already eaten contaminated food.
Yum yum.
Mm-hmm.
Breathing in the spores, it could already be in your lungs.
So the s'mores.
Yeah, the spores. The spores, yeah.
So with this information and like what you're telling me, I'm assuming my character is kind of considering as well, based on.
Yeah,
what you
a
guys
simple
said, right?
answer is just to crash the ship and burn everyone and everybody dies. It's pretty much the best immediate way that you could get rid of everything.
I love that because that's exactly how I think. But I think what I'm gonna tell people is like, hey, if you have any trouble breathing, because you mentioned possibility in the lungs or something, if you have any trouble breathing, let me know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's fair. Well, let's get this elf outside and see if we can rub this stuff out.
Can
God,
I-
Dwarf, buy me a drink first. Buy me.
For fuck's sake with you.
Hey, I don't just rub it out for anyone.
Oh my god.
All right. So, as you all go outside to treat this spore like 1910 tuberculosis, a little bit of fresh air and some sunlight will fix them right up.
Can I roll a history check on if I know anything about this? And I got it. That's a bad echo.
Yeah.
If I forgot what I was gonna say now. If there's any sort of cure or pesticide or some way to stop this from growing, or treatments.
For you, it could be survival, nature, history.
Is it a monstrosity though? Are these mice and it's a monstrosity? Monstrosity?
No.
No. Okay. Damn.
Can I start to hand process his arm and start to kind of go through it with him and clean it by hand and cloth?
You
Sure.
say with him, but you're not exactly going to do it without me, are you? It's gonna.
I mean,
I'm gonna be there.
I don't know shit about this thing.
No. You
What?
only know what you've been told so far.
Darius. How do we stop this?
Hello. Would you like to have a little look through my book? I'm a bit preoccupied. It's in my back left pocket. It's a journal of many great things. Don't look at page 45.
I'm gonna look at page 45.
Go ahead and give me an investigation with advantage as you flip through his book. And you can look at page 45 if you want. That's up to you.
Shit. Oh, not 20. Thank you, God. Oh.
It looks like at some point Darius has scribbled something down. Pretty much everything, if you want to stop the breeding and spread, it's to step 1, remove the colonies. Step 2 is to dry out the environment. Basically, you want the exact opposite. You want cold, dry climate.
That's what I said.
To stop the spread of it. However, if it's already started growing, it can become inert if it gets cold and dry enough.
Idea.
We could just.
The light is not going to stop it from growing once it's already started.
I've got an idea.
Is it to fly up higher?
Can we fly up?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, fire will burn it away, for sure. Flying up, it'll probably get cold and harder to breathe eventually. And you're already pretty high up.
Just how I like it.
The higher up we go, the colder it'll get. And drier.
Are we near any mountains at all?
There are mountains in this territory in Humidum. Or not Humidum, Sidor. Not as
peaks?
prevalent as Mossy Mountains, but they kind of exist. They're a lot smaller, more rounded, and you're kind of off in the distance. It looks like you're kind of at that level.
But not snow peaked?
No, that is not how this land works, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, just want to double check because I'm like, well, if there's snow, then that'd be cold enough. But no go on the snow, bro. No one's got any type of ability that the keystring that relates to the cold at all.
Shoot arrows.
With some work, I could, but right now, fire's about it.
Can you look
At
through
least
my
of a smaller level.
Grez, you've got my book. Do you mind looking through to see if I've got any recipes on ice potion?
Basically, if it grows in the cold, he can probably make some kind of potion related to cold. Or a creature of cold.
Creature of cold.
Yeah, so like if he had like a tooth of a mammoth or
I mean,
something along those
I
lines.
have an ice arrow.
Could I substitute the tooth for an ice arrow?
You could. You do need the more cold things you have, the better. So if you had
how many ice arrows?
Glacier water, or because that could replace like an actual type of ingredient, but you still don't have a bait. If your liquid was also cold, it's possible. It'll just be harder to do.
Could I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so how cold does it get at night here now that we spent a night here? Because we're in pretty much like a temporary, like a very warm climate, right?
Yeah.
Like equator kind of a climate is kind of what I'm getting at, like very stormy, rainy all the time and hot. Okay,
Oh yeah, you're in the Amazon, baby.
Right, so it's still going to be like 70 degrees, 90 degrees at night, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so our best bet would be to like hang buckets from the crow's nest and let the wind cool water off if we're going to try to get that. Because it's not, other than that, I don't know how we're going to find cold water around us.
I don't think that would really make them.
Can't Chase make ice?
Yeah, I can make ice.
She can, that is true, yeah. Once a day we can make a chunk of ice and clean.
Wait. What?
But that means there's water that's not going to towards
So
people
drinking, yeah, we'd have to do something about that.
One problem at a time.
I mean, we probably wouldn't need the whole thing of ice to clean it. We'd only need a chunk of it, but that is still taking away from our drinking water.
Or we just let it grow and you have a mushroom hand.
Yeah.
We could start trying to collect the rainwater and boiling it.
And then I start talking to my hand. My God. Sentient
losing it.
hand. Sentient mushroom hand. But like whenever it talks, it's actually like I'm talking to a sock puppet, and it's like.
Well, I don't know what the fuck to do, so.
Chop it off.
Yeah, we'll just have to chop it off. Thank you, narrator in the sky.
Throw it overboard.
I was just gonna get some old cloth and clean what I can and toss it over the edge and burn it.
Well, my hand or the cloth?
No, the cloth, not
okay.
your hand. No, we need the hand. You need your hand. Yeah, no.
That's fine.
No, just the cloth. Yeah, I mean, we could probably just toss the cloth and let the fungus grow. You did want it to live, but then we are spreading this fungus all across.
I'm more curious, like, what'll happen when it spreads? What'll happen when it grows into its tertiary form?
Same. I just wish it wasn't what we're flying on.
Well, sometimes you just play with the hand you're dealt.
It's probably already all in on lungs anyway, so.
Yeah, but good thing you could put a couple cards down and draw another.
No,
Well,
this card
So-
is 1,000 feet in the sky. So
Don't remind me.
I'd be curious
let's-
if the
let's look at your
ice,
hand.
like if we had the iced tea, like if that had an effect, if we did eat some of it or whatever.
this
Just
bloody
ice
iced tea.
water is just. That's the cure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want me to? I'll just submerge my hand in the ice water until the spores die.
It's not a bad
Can
idea.
we not just stab his arm with the ice arrow?
To stab his arm with. It's true.
You could. I mean, I'd be able to fix it later, I suppose.
I could just pick at your
I
armholes.
can't
Would
guarantee
it not?
the cold effect. It could be like a cold explosion. I don't really know. It was just kind of like a base enchantment.
Why don't we start simple with an ice bucket? If that doesn't work,
Yeah, I
the
like that idea.
arrow is
Sound
let's
different,
do
each
ice bucket and scrub down.
Do we have the
No,
time
that's E, just
to allow
sick of
that
it.
to happen?
Yeah. So ice bucket, scrub down, keep checking it, and then we should probably check the ship every day now for fungus again.
I have a feeling this is going to be something we're going to need to clean daily.
And it takes hours.
Yep.
What happens?
Yay.
Good thing we got a lot of people.
Hold
on.
on.
I'm gonna
Let's-
go
Sounds
ahead
like-
and start.
We can
Well,
go to
I wanna take
Ashara.
into
She
that.
might. The Grove might be able to clean it.
Okay. Well, yeah. What does the jar say?
Make
about
sure not
this?
to let it touch, but we can go ask her.
I'm gonna go ahead and summon 2 crewmen and have them start scrubbing the deck, working their way down.
Would like skeleton crewmen or actual?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, they all need to get to work too, right? You don't work, you don't eat. But yeah, we also. I'm going to summon 2 of my own.
When you get to Ashara, she says, nothing can grow in my grove unless I let it.
Cool.
But if I go downstairs, that's not part of the grove yet, so we'll lose what I've grown so far.
If the Grove grows over it, would it stop it?
Yeah, it'll take time. But eventually.
Can you get it to grow into?
But if it's sentient life that does us no harm, then
Just leave it for now, I guess. Maybe we'll have mushroom friends.
That's kind of the point I initially wanted to make. It's like, look, there's no guarantee that there's going to be
Okay.
We're not gonna have clickers on board.
It's still a bit
But we'll never
invasive.
tell them what we did to them. When
Yeah,
they
it's still
were just
invasive at
spores.
the moment.
Ruined our food.
It's invasive, but if your theory that you hypothesized earlier is correct, and it was on the ship when you found it, then really you're the one invading its space, not the other way around.
This is my ship.
We gave it
we
life,
have-
if anything. Oh my god, where's its
Uh,
parents?
And we can unplug it.
we can afford it if I want to.
Well, maybe
I'm playing.
Darius,
I'm playing. I'm playing.
maybe you
devil's
can
advocate.
let some of the grove grow into your hand for a minute. I think Ashara might be
You
able
can
to
let
do that.
You can let it grow in me. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I think the grove. I don't know.
Yeah. No. I mean, I just put my hand down onto the grove and let it just
I'm gonna wipe it off.
just
Ew, gross.
What, like you stepped in dog shit and you're
Yeah,
trying to wipe it down on the grass.
Maybe ask permission
I was
first.
thinking that
It's...
the vines like kind of coil around my arm and into my arm to, I don't know. I'm just hypothesizing here. I'm new here. I don't know what the fuck this what this grove is capable of, other than expanding from last episode.
Well, I guess just let's not worry about it for now.
And as time goes on, as the banter has taken you into the mid-evening, sun is setting, the temperature drops a handful of degrees. And you continue to fly throughout this humid jungle below you. Does anyone want to do anything before they rest?
Are there any
I
windows
want to check it.
in the food
I want
area?
to check on Biffers.
Yeah. There are windows.
So during the day, did we ice his arm then?
I don't think so.
No.
No, we didn't do that today.
You just
We
wiped
didn't
it.
do that.
He wiped it on the grove.
Got it. Okay. Well then, if I'm not needed, I'm going to go back to my work.
Okay. Darius, what were you trying to do?
I'm kind of. I mean, it depends. I mean, if it is the opinion of the crew that I should kind of remain quarantined, I'll stay quarantined. Or like stay in the grove. Maybe stay in the grove. Stay in the grove and
Maybe it'll grow over your hand overnight.
maybe, yeah.
Clean it out.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll stay in the grove.
While you're in there, ask you a favor. Keep Ashara company. Yeah. Might as well.
Well, I'm
right?
not going anywhere, so yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm gonna just do the before bed or whatever, the quick prayer to the goddess of Andra, just almost like a check-in sort of thing. Like, hey, this is kind of what happened the past week. Fun little update. Wee.
Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Okay, thank you.
Does the ship need repairs?
Constantly.
Then I'm going to use 3 of my fabricates to do that.
All right.
Oof.
Yeah. There is no hint of a response.
I want to make sure that food storage is sufficiently lit, so I'll hopefully try to keep anything from growing again.
We just hear D&B music coming from the food storage. It's sufficient. This food storage is sufficiently lit.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. You just light a few extra lamps that have been lying about.
And I'm gonna do the same thing more or less that Windy did, but less of a check in
Who?
and just sorry, Chase. That Chase did. But see if I can consult for some guidance.
Okay. Do you have a spell for that? Because that'll give you something probably more useful than a standard religion check.
I don't think I have a spell for that.
Okay. Because there's like commune with Papa God and stuff like that, but I don't think you guys are high enough level.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a religion check.
Bro, what is going on with these dice today?
That's kind of
You
crazy.
also
Buy a new
get
set.
no response.
All right, then I'll grumble off to bed.
All right. Any last things?
Nah, I'm sleeping in the grove.
All right.
It's warm enough.
I've got one more level 3 spell in my pop for
Okay.
one more guy, and
Okay.
have him work through the night.
All right.
I would like to try and call one of the birds that I had sent off previously, just a regular standard call.
Okay.
That they would be used to, being a career.
Yep. I'd say they just roll up.
Animal handling?
No, you're fine. It's there.
Oh. No, with an answer. I've been waiting.
Oh, for that one?
I've previously sent off multiple birds.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got no letters back.
Yeah, you never see those birds. You have not seen those birds since then.
Oh, I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah, none of those birds have returned with a message or without one.
You're just inside. You send them off, and they just crash into the nearest
They
window.
never come back. God.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Right.
Don't look back at any time I've asked you to roll for anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bedtime.
Okay. Yep. Night goes on. It's hot. Get your long rest.
I don't need it, but I like to click the button. It's nice.
Okay. We're gonna fast forward 2 days.
Oh boy.
Corsilla, go ahead and give me one athletics check for your gain thing. Okay. You're not really feeling the progress, but boy, you are sore and winded.
Sick.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So over time, we've been flying, and I've been doing these spells, and all of us have been doing repairs. Can I see a difference in the ship? Do we look like we're making progress against the damage that's being done to it? Like, are we actually healing it as we're going with the grove growing and all the work we're doing to it now that it's been 4 days of us in the air? Actually, it's been almost a week now.
Yeah. So it definitely is more airworthy. However, it still looks like shit. Like all these repairs are basically patchwork. The ship looks like the end of a 10-hour Sea of Thieves run where it's not even a hull anymore.
Oh.
But it's still going. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
so I was just making sure we're actually making up and catching up on the holes. We've bucketed out the water, kind of like we're not sinking anymore. Yeah, so we're good now. We're still got work to do, but I was just making sure like we're actually making progress. So okay, cool.
Yeah, you're at a point where originally it was a rush, so somebody would put a huge sheet of wood on a hole that didn't need it something that big, and you're having to scavenge, like cutting the excess wood off of that sheet and putting it somewhere else more useful. But it's a lot more sturdy and structurally sound than it was when you first got into the air. Now it's just kind of.
We have a scrap pile. I could
Now
make
it
flex
just kind of
lumber
looks
with that. Because that's
Yeah.
what the fabricate spell. I can refabricate the wood back into itself. But yeah, we will need fresh supplies here soon, probably.
Yeah, the supplies are low.
So yeah, can we land at any point soon?
I don't know. Every time we land, it's always bad. Every time we stop, it's always bad.
This time will be different, I swear.
Titus doesn't like
I
to
don't believe you,
confront
voice in the
things.
sky.
Do we have?
I
Is
don't
there?
believe you.
Are there any nearby port towns, or any towns that we can just kind of stop off at that we
Let's find
not
out. Somebody
gonna-
roll a d20.
Oh well, it's the other person.
Make Dan do it.
It's Dan.
Nope,
It's Dan's
he's next.
turn.
We have an order.
Oh, I accidentally did it twice. Ah, stop.
You right click, it will deselect.
Fucking. God damn it.
It was right next to the 18. It's right next to the 18.
So, fun fact about World Die, which is
You've
what
done
these
the
rolls
stats.
are. Those numbers don't mean shit, whether it's good or bad,
Okay. Woo! 5!
because 90% of them are bad anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This world you've created is honestly paradise.
Yeah. Get back to me in 20 minutes.
He made the Dark Souls
Um,
world. It's rough. It's rough out here.
No,
Paradise.
the next campaign is Dark Souls World.
Oh, so it's Elden Ring. Got it.
Yeah. So, as the day progresses, the temperature rises again to that uncomfortable 90-degree, I don't know, high 30 Celsius or whatever.
Thanks.
Hot. It sucks to move. It
Mm.
feels like every breath you take is soup. And the wind starts to pick up. If you look below the ship, you can start to see the trees below you bend with the power of the wind. All of them, not just a small area like a tornado. And the skies start to darken as you are flying around cloud level, little under.
What color is the rain?
Standard.
I was gonna say, if you say green again.
No.
I think we crossed over that border.
I'm gonna play with Cortana in the rain.
Okay. And as you dance in the rain, the wind starts to pick up even more. And more. And more. If you look below the ship, the trees are no longer standing upright. They are bending heavily. The ship is starting to sway and wobble, wind pushing it around.
Oh.
Oh my god. Time to check on ropes.
Are there any hatches that needed battened down?
There's hatches.
Then I want to batten down the hatches.
All right. What is the rest of the group doing?
Checking
because-
on and tightening those ropes.
Yep.
As-
Tying myself off, making sure everybody's moving.
I'm gonna get out of the
Have I been
nest,
in the
that's for
gravel this
sure.
time?
You start to see the nest bend in the wind. Your skin is being whipped by the wind and it hurts.
Going with the grove.
He's into it.
It starts to rain sideways.
You go,
Heavily.
oh man.
The dent where the cargo can be latched into place is already starting to fill with. Those of you below deck, you can see bits of water dripping down as it starts to
I want to
leak.
start bucketing some water out. as soon as it needs it.
Give me a strength check.
Strength check, he says. Not a dexterity? Ooh,
Nope.
that's fine. 20.
Okay. As you,
Nice.
after that first scoop, when you lift that bucket to dump it, the wind tries to rip it from your hands. The wind is growing more and more intense. I need somebody. If you're above deck, I need you all to roll strength checks.
I think if I'm below deck, I'll just kind of throw the bucket outside onto the top
Well,
deck.
if you're getting where are you getting water from? Because it's not
Below.
pooling in the ship yet.
Oh, no?
Because it's just dripping in there. But the dent at the top of the ship that the cargo locks into, that is filling with water. That is solid.
I would
Okay.
have been in the bottom.
I
in
will...
the grove.
Yeah, I want to tie myself
I'm also
down and
inside.
then just try to keep scooping that out. How big is this
Is there a spot?
cargo thing?
Go ahead.
Huge.
Sorry.
Most of the
He's
top of the ship.
massive.
Maybe this is just free water.
It's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'll
collect the
just
rainwater and boil it.
yeah. I'll go in and then
boil
can we
it
go
or
under
purify.
that cargo bit, or is it like
Yeah, the crew quarters is basically the entire deck below.
okay?
So that you got the top of the ship, and below that is like the passenger quarters that are a little bit nicer, or were nicer, and then the crew quarters,
I think I want
which is
to
most of it.
put some supports under that then, if I can. The cargo,
Okay.
little extra.
We should probably get anything that can get wet and ruined above the bottom floor, or even just even if it's just elevated off of something, and then start collecting what we can. Yeah, we don't want another mold problem. Is there
Not
a
the
way
music.
that I can reach the air
Okay.
elemental from the bottom? Like
Do
where
what
his
with the air
hands are-
elemental?
Is there a way I can reach him from where he is grabbing the sides of the ship?
Did we ever make an underhatch?
That's what I was thinking. Like, if I could fabricate a hole.
Yeah, if you fabricated a hole, then yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's we've had days. I can do that if you allow me to.
Yeah, or you could open the large cargo hatches.
In the wind, though?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah. I think we'll go with my first plan.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's a way I could create a hatch in the side so I can reach him to cast a spell on him, I would
Sure.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and cast Enlarge on him.
Okay.
Yep. We hit my spell slot. Level 2. Bam. Yeah, we'll do that. And then I'm going to go and kind of watch the top deck for whoever's staying on. But I'm not going to be in it. I'm going to be in the doorway. Just
Okay.
keeping an eye on everybody.
I could probably
another
cast.
D20.
I could cast Longstrider on the air elemental too to make it faster. I guess I don't know. With the speed,
That's true.
That's its movement speed though, not its flying speed.
Is that not the same thing?
does it not always
no,
fly?
usually there's a speed. And
It
a
says the
walking
target
speed.
speed. It doesn't say what kind of speed.
Oh.
there it
If then it's fine. Then I would say that applies.
Cool. I will cast that.
Hell yeah. Good
Wait,
idea.
that-
Good idea.
The implications of that. Oh.
It lasts
sorry.
for an hour.
That's
10,
cool.
10 feet of extra movement.
All right, I need another D20.
So that's at the top.
It would go to me. 9.
Boy.
Okay.
9.
The rain picks up. Titus, you standing in the doorway, not only is the wind ripping at your skin, but the raindrops are turning into hail.
It's gonna shield up.
You are at the very beginning of a nasty hurricane.
God, where was this ice that we needed earlier?
You start to feel the ship rock back and forth where you cannot stand straight without bracing yourself. you're seeing some of the crew members starting to fall face first, tumble. Anything that's not bolted down is swaying and slamming into the sides of the ship. What are you guys doing?
I want to start tying things down.
I'm gonna start shouting out commands.
Okay.
What were you saying, Gray?
Greg, go ahead and give me either athletics or acrobatics because you gotta dodge shit as you're trying to batten stuff down.
Athletics or acrobatics? Okay.
Yeah. Catch it like a man or dodge it like
11.
a whatever. Okay.
Is he above?
11. He would be somewhere below.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
do
gonna
something
help him.
similar with the people.
Okay.
Makes
Okay, actually, everybody just go ahead and give me a group athletics or acrobatics to dodge
Yeah.
shit
okay.
or catch
I'm
shit.
gonna be
17.
battening down everything on the down below, trying to make
Acrobatics.
sure there's a safe place for people to
Damn.
group up to. So, and tying people down too.
There's the rolls.
Pretty
Hello.
good rolls.
I'm
Yeah.
a
Or
strong boy.
acrobatics. Well, that's not good.
For you. All right. Everybody, you either manage to help people right themselves, get stuff strapped down. However, Titus, during while you're trying to tell people what to do, out of nowhere, a chair comes and sweeps your legs, dealing ooh. 12 points of damage as it smacks you in the side, putting you on the ground and pinning you against the wall.
All right, deflecting about ward will take that. That's great. Ouch.
And after being stuck against the wall for a few seconds, the ship rocks again and the chair flies to the other side and you're free again, off balance. And I need another d20.
I think that's down to Titus now.
Surely my luck will be better now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Early.
5 means it's going to go down, not that it's going to turn into a category 5, right?
Sure, man.
Whatever makes you sleep. Oh,
So,
my god.
as the storm continues to pick up, you are all hearing cracking and creaking of the ship, and you all feel a strong breeze that you didn't feel a few seconds ago as you look over and part of the hull is ripped, and there is a hole in the side of the hull. Wind blowing anything around, anything like papers flying around, smaller bits of furniture are getting sucked out or thrown around the hall. I need everybody to make a dex saving throw.
Jesus Christ.
18.
24.
9.
24. That's my speed.
I got
And
15.
Chase, after yours, I also need a dex save for Ashara.
I swear to God, if you fling that
I'll
unicorn out,
I'll yeet that
I
unicorn,
will
unicorn
disown
straight
you.
out of this ship.
Did we not tie down all of the living things? I thought that's what they were doing.
Could we do
Boy.
a deck? Could we do a deck saving throw for biffers as well? Just
Oh no, I
Asking
got
for
it. I
I
got
was wanting to
everybody else.
do.
See, Dex for Ashara. Dex for Ashara.
Oh yeah. I'll throw that unicorn like a fucking javelin.
thank God.
Can we get her giantified again, Titus?
It's too late. It's too
I
late
don't
for that.
think in the ship that.
Can we
Well, it's
what?
too late for this roll,
what?
but it could happen after that, right? Oh,
Good after this one.
Yeah,
Wait a
should we
minute.
kill
If
about
our
it?
thing is filling up with water, doesn't that help in stabilizing buildings and stuff? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, on the top of the ship, Top Heavy has something to say about it.
Damn.
You know, all the water's in the bottom of a ship, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. That's what skyscrapers do with
wait.
water towers.
So it's currently at the top of the ship, right? But if
wait,
it were in
wait,
the bottom
what
of the
about water towers? Hold on. What?
I don't know. Water towers. Never mind. Forget about it.
Yeah, that have giant beams of support because they only hold water.
No, there's. Never mind. Forget. I just forget what I was saying.
So we're currently quite top heavy, right?
Yeah, that like 4 to 5 foot deep hole at the top is getting filled with water, and you're rocking.
If that
But the
water
bottom
was
of the
able
ship,
to...
the interior of the ship has some water in it, but you're not at flooding.
Right. I was going to say, if the water was in fact at the bottom of the ship, would we stabilize a little bit?
You're also in the air, and you know what's not great? Being heavy.
But if we were stable and slowly going down, I'd rather that being unstable and going down in a way that we can't necessarily control.
That is true, but you're also being held by an entity, and you're riding on his strength. Not necessarily, you're not like magically hovering. You don't have wings.
Anyone got like a...
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyone got anything we can give the our entity?
We did.
They made him bigger, which helped out a lot.
Okay.
That was his speed bonus, right?
Well, he's giant and faster.
Oh, perfect.
So he's been buffed, which is good because his rolls have not been good.
Oh. Mine haven't either, buddy. Mine haven't either.
Wait, could I go down and touch the elemental with freedom of movement?
Yeah, but before we get to all this, I still need Ashara's dex save.
It was 17.
Yes, that's 17.
Can only stall that so long.
What was your dex save, Chase?
I had I had an athletics. I didn't hear dex save for my.
Oh yeah, no, I need a dex save for you. Yeah. All
So
right.
I get to roll again. I get to roll again.
Oh
You shush.
man.
You shush.
Damn it.
15.
I was about to see how lucky your god was, but I guess that's one way to find out. All right. So as this hole in the ship is ripped open, Darius, you feel yourself get kind of lifted up off your feet for a second. But you manage to grab onto a tree that's been growing for a few days. That's rooted well enough to hold you, and you manage to plant yourself back down. You're not getting sucked out, but boy, that fucking hole sucks.
Sounds like my ex.
But you guys are seeing some supplies getting thrown out of that hole. Food, water.
Can I get to that? How far away is this hole? I wanted to just ask that before things got it.
Not too far. So while you're okay, you think about what you want to do about the hole. We can get to you, Eitri. What are you gonna cast on the air elemental?
I mean, I'm trying to think, would freedom of movement have any effect on it? Because technically, like, it could move anywhere, but the ship is being destroyed around it.
Mm-hmm. What does freedom of movement say?
It says, you touch a willing creature for the duration. The target's movement is unaffected by difficult terrain and spells and other magical effects. Can neither reduce the target's speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained.
That's
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That sounds pretty good. Up to you.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll cast it.
Okay. Noted. After that's cast, you feel like the ship is moving better now. You feel like the wind is having less of effect on it. It is still rocking. It is still rough. But it does feel like it levels out a little bit. Titus, what are you doing with this hole?
Titus.
He's doing a lot with that hole.
He's doing some
Titus.
secret shit to that hole.
Some ungodly shit with that hole.
Yeah. That has turned into an elemental glory hole. Oh, he's gone.
Yep.
Oh.
God.
All right.
The hole
What
has
else?
taken him.
What else do we got? Who's doing what?
I was gonna help him with that hole, but I guess.
All right. What are you doing with the hole?
Well, I assume he was
You get
gonna mend it.
advantage on
I was gonna just help brace him so he doesn't fall out.
Oh, okay. Well, he's gone. So he's gone. You hear? Ah.
he's
flown out.
flown out. Damn. Bye, Titus. It's been
Just-
fun.
He's
Oh my
back.
god.
He flew back.
I literally flew out the window. I don't know if it's gonna go back out again. The storm's kind of picking up right now.
Tell it to stop. It's my storm right now.
I'm getting storms in real life right now. The winds are pretty crazy outside.
Oh my god.
As you were talking, I was like, "Oh man, the leaves are kind of going sideways right now," and you just kept going, and the storm kept picking up. Anyway, I'm back for now.
Roll better. Roll better for Nate. Dear God.
Really though, I've rolled low all match. So anyway, if I disappear again, just go on without me. Just assume I did go out, and I'll TP back in by whatever happens.
Jesus.
Windstorm could throw me back in. Anyway, how far is this hole from me? Can I TP to it? Is that too late?
Yeah, you can get to it.
All right, bet. Yeah, I'm gonna Misty Step to it, try to fabricate it back shut. That was what I wanted to do, but a lot of things kind of happened.
All right.
I want to hold his collar and help brace, so he can.
So he's just doing a magic spell, and I'm getting a nasty echo.
Sorry.
So Gray, I'm gonna assume Titus would help himself brace. So give me a strength check with advantage.
Strength check. Advantage.
Show me a 2.
13.
Stop. Is that with advantage?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So with the ship stabilized, the wind is not nearly as bad and the footing is easier to have. You manage to patch this hole. It's a little, it's with the magic, it's actually not ramshackle. It's a good seal. You all feel like the smaller objects like paper and candles just fall on the ground. Not enough to do damage, but it's inconvenient if it hits you in the shoulder or the back of the head.
Ooh.
Does anybody want to do anything else before the final storm roll?
I'm gonna tie myself back down because I Misty stepped to it, so I would be out of my rope.
Mm-hmm.
Double checking me and Cortana.
I'm tying down the unicorn.
All right.
Or actually,
I do want to check something.
Actually, I want to get Ashara to like, kind of get. Can we get the vines wrapped around her a little bit?
I have a major thing I need to do actually.
That would take a lot of time to
Okay.
kind of like semi-uproot vines and wrap them around.
I have 2 objectives. 1, I'm pulling 3 skulls out of the bag. They're all 3 coming up. I need them to head to the glass crates and try to hold them as steady as they can. That's their objective. My objective, the mimic.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I am
so
going for the mimic.
the glass. Okay. Nobody's in the cargo hold because if you're in the cargo
Yes.
hold, I would say you'd be dead right now.
Yes,
Holy
no.
crap.
I'm glad I
said
moved.
skeletons.
Okay, they can go down there. Where's the mimic at?
With Biffer's stuff. So if it's down there too, might be.
Biffer's stuff would be in his crew because he keeps his like personal belongings to himself. for the
Yeah,
most
it
part.
was in one of the barrels in his cart case. It was in a barrel. It was 2 cups, and then it's been a little bit though.
All right.
Because I haven't had the chance when they brought Biffers and all of his stuff and all of those carts to the airship, and then loaded that stuff onto the airship. So if
They could be wherever you want because it's been like a week. So
Then,
if you wanted them in your quarters, they could be there.
Yeah, then I probably have him in like a small box in the Grove, and
Okay.
just have him there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Uh,
because that's where I've been sleeping. So I would keep him there.
okay.
you're
Everybody,
amazing.
give me an investigation check for your ropes, for other people's ropes, damage.
Come on, give me the 20. Give me the 20.
Hey, nat 20.
Hey.
We needed that. I'll take a 23.
Okay.
That's my best roll so far, and one of my favorite numbers. I saved the mimic.
Okay. So you're all strapped. That you all have a brief moment. You first check your own ropes. Chase skipping that bit and immediately going to help others.
Sounds like Chase.
Okay.
Unicorn is fastened down. She's biting onto a nearby vine. Everybody's doing their best to wither the storm. You see people grabbing buckets of little bits of water, trying to put them under where it's at to either collect it or just stop it from gathering at the cargo ship. Below, and I guess I'll bring this up because I kind of forgot about it till Titus brought the glass up. You all hear absolute fucking hell going on down there. You hear wood getting sliced and cut and splintered. Occasionally you hear bits of glass shattering, and it's loud. When the glass shatters, you don't remember seeing any lightning or hearing any thunder, but after you hear a large bit of glass move around, you hear an explosion like thunder, and it rocks the ship.
You
If
had
you
to
know, you
remind
know.
him. You had to remind him of the glass.
Sure did. I forgot that shit was.
Well, I didn't think it was going to explode. I thought it was just that we dropped it, and then none of that happened. I was just thinking, oh, I wanted to use that later. It's going to be better in sheets. I didn't think, he's going to start making it explode.
Oh, your mending has no effect on it if you've tried it.
No, but you said there were shards, there were some little bigger pieces, and then there was a bunch of little stuff.
Yeah.
Now, no, I did, because I didn't know it was going to explode.
Yeah, well, you know. Sometimes it happens. Okay, and with that, I need the final storm roll.
That would be Chase.
Okay. Oh boy.
Nate's life depends on this. IRL.
15.
The water is literally raining sideways outside, so you're not wrong.
You're welcome.
So Randy, could you describe a sunny day just for just for Titus's case right now?
Nah, it's good. 15. After another about 15 minutes of the wind pulling and throwing the ship around, you hear glass moving around in the bottom. The rope is starting to hurt wherever you tied it. If you have it tied around your waist, you're starting to get rope burns. You're feeling the cracking and popping of your bones as you're getting tugged and thrown around.
Yay.
And eventually everything starts to go calm. The boat stops rocking so much. The water dripping starts to slow. And after about 10 more minutes after you think the storm is over, everything seems to fully stabilize. And you believe you're out of the storm.
Randy, whatever mad powers you have, I need you to keep going. It's calming down outside.
Don't worry about it.
I want to unfasten myself and start to check on some of the crewmates that are, unnamed and probably suffered some injuries, and start to check them out.
Yeah, you see cuts, bleeding, some bruising. You see one person who, when they hold their arm up, their hand just kind of wobbles. Not good, fun ways.
I'm gonna go check on the glass room. Carefully, very,
I'm
very
gonna-
carefully.
Did I lose connection
Gosh.
with my skeletons at any point?
Oh yeah, they're
They're
gone.
fucking dead, dude.
Oh.
It's just
I
gonna be
want to tell
bone
him that he
dust.
cried a little bit when they disconnected. He probably wept a little bit. My baby.
I'm
yeah,
gonna
I'm gonna
check
go check on
Ashara
that. Oh,
Okay.
for ropes, burn, or whatever. Anything on Ashara.
Yeah, Ashara is. Do horses sweat?
Yeah.
You see,
They
like, her
sure
kind of
do.
like foaming at the mouth a little bit from gripping onto the vine so hard. The vine is like huge teeth marks in it, but for more or less, she's okay. The crew's fucked up. You go to the cargo hold, and pretty much everything is cut to pieces. Barrels are cut. Everything is shredded, more or less. It looks like you threw it through a blender.
can I find remnants of the skeletons, or are they dust?
They're not dust. The bones, if they're not cut in half, are deeply gouged.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll mark those off in the bone bag.
And you do see bits of glass dust, where it looks like, and you only see about 4 broken pieces, and you remember 4 thunder crashes. And where they're exploded, there is large cracks and broken bits of wood, and you could see a little bit of sky coming through. This thing exploded and caused a huge amount of damage.
What were the crates they were put in?
It was not in the notes. What's up?
What didn't it? I wanted to know what are the crates that they were in that they were strong enough not to get all chopped up?
It's not necessarily. It's the moving, like basically like when you saw something. But imagine that with 1,000 pieces of something so sharp, just looking at it could almost cut you.
Well, tomorrow I can have another crew come in and clean the glass up, and we'll try to salvage what's left. And then I'll heal the repairs, so I could do some of that in a little bit, but I don't want to get cut up.
Also, I'm gonna look for the carpenter. I want to ask him if we can get some stuff nailed down.
Yeah, it's like we can work on that first thing tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Yeah, everything that you did to make your quarters cozy is boy, it's not there anymore. It is thrown about.
Can't have nothing nice.
Nope. Only thing still in place are the hammocks, and they're all tangled up.
You just see
The
bread.
hammocks.
You just see like bread on the floor for some reason.
Yeah.
Soaked too. Soggy bread.
It's all come from Chase's bunk. All of the bread.
Well, I want to start, I guess, collecting the water that was in the cargo and then saving some of it, dumping the rest.
Okay. That's easy enough to do with the barrels that you can find still not annihilated from the Vitrum glass.
Is the weather ahead of us any clearer now that the storm has gone past us? Like, are we, is it like a pretty clear day now, or is there still like the haze?
The storm has completely disappeared entirely. It's not behind you.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's just how this odd bullshit works. Of Eatra, every time you've seen a storm, it appears out of thin air. Like it takes like a few minutes to build up into the storm, and then as soon as it's over, it just disappears and goes back to the exact same weather it was before it showed up.
Okay.
You're used to storms being a little bit more lasting because in the Mossy Mountains it was an earthquake, and if it decided to rip the ground open, that would stay until either what were their names? There was a team of people that would close fissures. But yeah, either that or you just have to cover the fissure somehow.
Right. Okay.
But yeah. And the rest of the day is yours.
We should probably look around and see if the storm caused any damage outside and find maybe downed trees that we could use for supplies. We're probably going to need it.
Are we landing?
If
I
we find a
also
good
Land-
spot,
Landing is a choice of words.
it's not viable, but we need some more wood and food. And I feel like maybe the crew could use some time off of this.
Please land.
Some R.
How's that? How's that
But-
crow's nest looking right now?
It's the
Bent.
I don't even want to look.
Snap.
How's the mass
Roll for
doing,
snap.
Randy? Roll for health
Oh.
damage.
It's definitely cracked and leaning a little to the bottom is fine. About 3/4 of the way up, it is snapped and leaning a little bit, but it's still there.
Okay. Hey,
We can
Gray, you
fix
wanna go?
Already
Have a
on
little
it.
look, see what you can see.
All right, Gray, give me perception.
We're looking for a town.
Ooh,
Something-
windy.
something.
Chase.
Nope. Yeah, crow's nest is
Fuck.
taller than 30 feet.
5.
Yeah. Boy, it's a green inferno down there still, just a little bit more wet.
It's very green and wet.
Can I start
Brilliant.
looking over the edges? Because I don't want to climb up on a broken crow's nest.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception.
Earth
I'm going to
Stitchers. That's
also
what they were
send
called.
out Tibbs and have him do his own thing while I'm looking. And I'm going to have him go a little lower. Oh, that was so close to a natural 1. That's a 9 for me.
Yep. It's a green, wet forest. Yeah, there's a couple trees bent over, but they're not enough of a clearing to even think about landing.
Oh.
There's one more check with a very high DC if somebody wanted it. That'll allow for landing.
Another perception.
Yep. Very high DC.
You can always keep going and check tomorrow. Maybe today is just not our day.
I mean,
Also
how
thought
long
of-
did the storm last? Because didn't you say it was like getting?
Yeah, it's about an hour.
Oh, okay.
Like, could we hover or something? Go down, sort of like a party goes down and to get stuff, or is that crazy?
I mean, if we don't see a good spot, the dice might be telling us something.
We could hover next to a tree. Maybe. I bet something. How tall are these
You have
trees?
to find one tree that's there. You don't know. You're not on the ground. It's hard to tell. It's basically when you look down, it's entirely canopy.
Damn.
You don't really see ground.
Gotcha.
No trees, just sticking up slightly higher than the rest that we could just.
There
anchor
are a
ourselves to.
few of those. Whether it's high enough where you could feasibly
Position the-
get next to it. I mean,
We
you
just-
could lower people down for sure.
What if we just parked on the canopy and let the trees take the weight of the ship?
That's an
Well,
option.
there's a giant air elemental kind of holding it. As long as we just kind of tell him to stop and hover for a little bit, we could get down, but it's just a matter of getting the supplies back up. It could probably set us down if we really needed to, but we need to find a big enough spot. And I don't know
I mean,
how
I could.
sturdy this ship is for
I-
trees to hold it up.
If we end up getting down, then I could, myself and the crew can build something that will allow supplies to get put back onto the ship, like a pulley elevator.
Would be nice. Might
Lots
need
of
to
wood?
clear the.
Lots of
Cargo.
wood, vines for rope, a couple of rocks for counterbalances.
How late was it again? Is it
It's like afternoon.
okay? Yeah, I'm good to
Well, if we
stop.
don't see anything, do you want to sail for a couple hours and try again and see if we could see a clearing? Or do you want to get lower and try again? I could send Tibbs out.
I think just any clearing.
Any clearing will do.
All right. Does anybody want to look, or am I sending him out?
High DC. Make it
Yep.
count.
Yep. Nobody speaking up? Okay.
You got this.
All right. I'm sending Tibbs. Go, little man, go. He's going to fly down and get a closer view.
Yeah.
Dies.
And please no.
No, he's
Don't
no.
do that.
Don't say
This guy
that.
has made it. It's okay. He can die. I can bring him back. It's a familiar.
Oh.
I think I killed him once.
Oh, yeah.
I think I killed him once.
Yeah. So that he gets a +3, not a +2. That's mine. So it's a 14.
14. Man, there ain't
Um,
shit.
Let me see here. Yeah, I don't. No, he has advantage on perception checks that rely on sight, hearing, or smell. I'm gonna do that again because he does
Ooh.
not do combat. He does not do combat. Literally cannot. That's a natural 1. So we're gonna go back with that 14. Doesn't see shit.
Yep. Doesn't see shit.
Alright.
The only thing he
Alright,
sees is the pee break we're about to take.
He's gonna fly
yeah.
back to me then and tell me he doesn't see nothing good, and that we should probably keep going.
He says, "Man, it's green and wet down there."
Green and wet down there. All right.
All right. And with these triple failures, it is pee break time.
Rip, rip, rip.
Birdazord.
Bird.
That's not true.
Surfing bird.
All right. So it's mid-afternoon. The fuck you guys doing?
Your mom.
Fine.
Well,
I guess I'm gonna
Sick.
make sure the nest is not cracked or anything, or repaired if it needs to be.
Yeah.
no, it needs
I'll,
repaired.
I'll
Yeah.
lend a hand where I can.
A small nest.
Get it?
Huh.
Thank you.
Keep your filthy mossy hands away from me.
No,
I'm
no,
just gonna
mossy.
keep an eye out for
Moldy.
any kind of safe spots to land.
Also, yeah, how's my mold situation going? Are we
Wait, is it a new day?
is it
Yeah, it's a day.
is it
It's 2
Oh.
days after that happened.
is it gonna get progressively worse and I'm just gonna end up succumbing to as an infection?
Oh, are you looking in your hand?
Yeah. Is my
you don't
hand,
see it in
how's
your
my
hand
fi-
anymore.
Okay, so it's fine. And there's no current signs that of any form of infection?
Give me a investigation or medical check.
Chase,
Whichever one is better.
where's Chase? Come upstairs.
Too late. It's too late.
Fuck.
Investigatione.
God
you're
damn
so-
the rolls today.
Okay.
It's 100% gone.
That's a nat 1.
Okay, it's
No, it's 100% gone for sure.
yeah.
Is
I don't like-
Chase
I don't like the
within 30
certainty.
feet?
I don't know.
No.
Grace is eating bread somewhere. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
see?
I hate it here. I'm going to die.
Maybe.
You just, I mean, you're the one who stuck your hand in the forbidden goop.
No.
Because I was, I thought, I was counting on the rolls today not being, having spawned from Satan's taint,
And curiosity killed the Dan. Maybe.
and the satisfaction brought it back. Maybe,
Maybe.
we'll see.
Maybe.
I'm still tending to wounds amongst the crew.
It's not too bad. A couple splints. A couple just elevate your boo-boo. It'll be all right in
Yeah.
the morning.
Basic, combat medicine.
One person insists that they need stitches, and you just you just kind of pinch the skin closed, and there's enough of the healing goop that leaks out to close it.
Yeah, I love some healing goop.
I just had that with my finger, so that's just came. I split my finger open, and I thought it was really bad, and I just pinched it together, and then like the plasma or whatever the fuck comes out of your wounds was enough to seal it.
Oh. You glued
Anyway.
your own wound.
Kinda. I mean, because I thought anyway, it doesn't matter. What else we got? It's midday. Titus is keeping his eyes open for clearing, but we're not going to get that till maybe later in the day because you guys sucked at it the first time.
Letting my bread out to dry.
To be fair,
Some of it smelled pretty good, so I'm munching.
did I end up having a look? If I look over the edge, am I look over the edge while?
It's too late. You get 3 attempts.
Okay.
You get 3 attempts. Each time there's a failure, it gets harder and harder. And after that third one, we gotta wait. You guys have to wait a good chunk of the day before I'll let you do it again.
Brilliant.
Otherwise, it just would be nonsense because eventually somebody would.
Thanks for sucking, guys.
Hey, fuck you, weird arm, fungus arm.
You know what? I'm
You
gonna
heard me.
fist you with it,
Do it, coward.
and it does flay open. You know, like a.
You.
Oh my god.
This isn't happening in game, right?
No.
Sure it is.
Probably not.
They can
Maybe.
argue it. Fine.
No, I'm giving people splints and stuff.
Huh. Well, as the day continues, the sun starts to set. I'll allow for 3 more perception checks. Each getting harder if you fail. And it's already harder because it's getting dark out.
Can I assist Gray?
Yeah. I'll allow it.
We got any sort of scopes?
Nope.
Okay.
I think I had to roll for that, and you didn't get
I
one.
mean,
Right.
I've got my goggles have an attachment for that.
Oh,
Well, Gray's rolling first. We can get to you next.
shit. 19.
That's
Okay.
pretty good.
All right. So, as you're looking down at the canopy, the sun kind of reflecting off the wet leaves of the trees. Out of the corner of your eye, you catch a glimpse of something not green. And you look over, and I need somebody to roll me a d20.
Back to Eitri.
Is it? Okay. Eight.
Okay. As you look over, you see a huge. It looks like it was a mountain, but like it was worn down over the top, like somebody like slowly sanded the top of it. And on the side, like it has worn off all the trees, a lot of the green. And looking down this brown gray rocky mountain, you see a huge opening, maybe even big enough just to put the whole ship into the cave.
I've seen Star Wars.
This seems like a trap.
What's Star Wars?
That's the thing with the moons. Maybe they were fighting the stars.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How big is the top of this cave? As in, like, outside, how big is that platform Can we like helicopter land on top of it or what?
There's really no platform. It's just a hole in the side of a mountain.
Oh.
What's a helicopter?
Those exist.
Look, I had to reference something.
A
I mean, are we
hummingbird?
able to like
Do we
approach
should
more closely, mayhaps?
we should go investigate that. Maybe we can park it there and do repairs.
Go into a dark hole. Woohoo! Yeah. Sorry, I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but
I don't want to be sarcastic, but you know.
A mountain's
Yeah.
never led me astray. I agree with Gray.
I mean,
All right.
look. I just want to settle the fuck down, you know.
Alright, Titus, do you think you can get us down there?
I will see what I can do. I am going to send a message. And let's see. I'll say, can you bring us down to where I'm sending the flares?
Is that it?
So we can land and take a break. That's it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Oh God.
What's the ship called, by the way?
Flying Grove.
Haven't really got there yet, I think. Yeah. Kind of we're spitballing stuff. 53.
Flying Grove is the running name.
Very on the nose.
The group doesn't even have a name yet.
We could be
I
the
know,
Flying
it-
Grove.
It takes a second, Titus. And then you all feel the ship kind of lurch, and not like a smooth way that a ship normally would. It's a lot more, it feels like somebody yanking and pulling it into a different direction as you turn and start to descend towards the mouth of the mountain.
Okay.
And you said it's starting to get dark, right?
Yes, sir.
Are we able to look for any? I mean, are there any obstacles in the way of, or like any hazards that we should look out for while we approach
Where
the
is
mouth
Chase?
of the cave?
Chase.
That sounds like a perception check.
Chase. Wait, Chase. Chase.
It's too late. It's already in motion.
No. God damn it.
Nobody else thought
She's
of
just
it.
standing
Okay.
there.
No, I was.
She's just standing there eating bread, looking at you.
Chase,
Yeah,
can
Chase eating bread.
Chase,
Down in the group
can
quarters.
you make?
Give me a die, Eitri.
Well, no, I came up, but I'm still eating
okay.
bread. Am I paying attention? Who knows?
Not for this roll, you're
I
not.
was trying to interrupt
got
him
bread,
before
man.
he did the roll.
It's too late.
One thing dwarves always have to be sure of is the dangers of a cavern. We don't go in if we see anything fickle.
That shit's clear as fuck.
Chase, can you make
Yeah.
one of my
See
arrows?
anything either.
But is that that thing is clear as clear as fuck for sure.
Would you like a
For
light?
sure.
Chase, you can make my arrow glow, right?
Yes, I can.
I would like some help.
Can't remember what the freaking spell was. Was it guidance? Nope, not that one. There we go. Just says light. Cantrip. Say no larger than 10 feet. We're good. It's an arrow. 20-foot radius around the light, like around the arrow. Additional 20
Maybe-
feet of dim light.
Just a thought. The cavern, is it directly down?
You don't know
Or
yet.
is it
It's like on the side of a mountain.
on the side? Okay. Because
Like-
part of me was like,
Okay.
what if we just drop a torch off the side?
Chase, can you make
what do you
3 of
think?
these arrows glow?
I think I can if it's a cantrip. It doesn't have a limit, right?
I think the
Yeah.
light lasts so long is the limitation of
Yeah.
that spell.
But we can use it and then send it and then use it and then send it. You know what I mean? Like use the spell just before sending an arrow out.
Well, and I have thaumaturgy. I could make it glow like incredibly bright.
No, I think that's got a
Ooh.
radius to it. So once it left that radius, it would no longer have an effect.
It just says you
Oh.
cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color for 1 minute.
Yeah, but you can't do that for any. There's got to be a radius to it.
Doesn't say so. It
What's-
just says
what's
that
your-
it lasts
what's
1
your-
minute.
What's the range on the spell?
Oh,
Like to
30
cast
feet.
it. There you go.
Does it last?
Well,
So you
we
can
can
do
do it
it
when we get
before I
closer.
shoot the arrow.
Yeah. Yeah, cast it on the arrow.
How
and
many times
then
can you do
fire
it?
said arrow.
It's a cantrip.
All right.
Oh my god. Can we pile them up? Can we pile them on?
We could do 3 arrows. I'm going to shoot one in the left, the middle, and then the right side of this cabin.
All right. So we do all that. Go ahead and give me 3 attack rolls.
3 whole attack rolls. Uh, 16, 14, ew, 20.
Okay. Yep. All the shots go where you want them to, with these brightened lights flying through the sky. As they approach the cave, it's hard to tell, but this cave is very deep. Whether it was formed like this or eroded like this or made by something, it is a large, deep cave. Kind of reminds you a little of Dinderland, about a hollowed out mountain.
Oh, I love it. Reminds me of home.
And when as you see the arrows fly, you see that the cave is kind of angled. It's above the middle of the, where you would call the middle of the mountain, but it's not quite at the top. There's a lot of mountain above and below it. But it does look like it angles down a little bit into the side of the mountain, and you can see like a small like platform, like a smoother platform kind of at the base. You don't know how smooth from this far.
This might be a good spot as any.
It's almost too convenient, but I agree.
It's not like
Been
we have
harder to
much.
find a breach in the canopy.
It's not much choice.
Yeah, and there is no canopy on this mountain, which should make landing
Question.
easier.
Do we have
Is there
do we have ropes to kind of fasten the ship to the side of the mountain, kind of anchor us down?
I mean, if we don't have enough, we can always grab some vine.
Because I'm just thinking I can use my harpoon attachment for my arm to kind of maybe even
move
create
along.
like a zip line type thing to get to the mountain if we wanted to, not necessarily go and like park the ship in the mountain, but kind of
The
attach us
ship
nearby.
is approaching the cave, and it's not stopping.
Okay.
Is there at least light in the cave, or is it just like
Oh no.
Well, those
It is dark in
arrows
that bitch.
are still going to be sitting there, right? Just not as
Yeah.
bright now.
No, I would say they're still as bright, but they're small dots in the darkness.
Should we tell it to stop? Or do you want to think we can make it?
I think we ought to light some torches, mayhaps, on the front end of the ship, so we at least know where.
I have my dancing lights. I can put them out like
Yeah, well,
what is it, 160 feet in front of us?
yeah, keep those out
I
ahead.
think that would be a good idea.
I'd say you guys are about 500 feet from the entrance of this cave. There is no helmsman, just an elemental carrying this thing, and it was told to drop you off in the cave. So that's what
I
it's
said
doing.
Point where I said go where I was pointing flares. So I'm
Yeah.
pointing
And
and
we had-
shooting off like fire bolts going
Yeah.
off.
With the arrows, mark that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was going off originally. Was
Okay,
those.
that works too. Sure.
Yeah.
But also, dropping us off. Is it leaving?
No,
Who
it's
knows?
yeah. We're just taking a break. Well, hopefully it doesn't leave us.
It might leave.
No, the
Kind of on
wording
verbal contact here.
the wording was concerning. Is all.
Should be.
He did say we were taking a break. I don't know what that means in elementals.
Say break. It did just say break. Yeah, say break.
To break the ship on the ground? Okay.
Please no.
Not again.
Why, Randy? Why do you hate me? Anyway.
250 feet away from the cave. The first of the lights starts to illuminate this chasm. And there's plenty of room for the entire ship to at least slide into the hole. You're not sure how deep it goes yet. And
If it looks like we're gonna crash, I'm gonna give the stop. You know.
And say there's
command.
not enough room to turn this thing around, is there?
once you get in there, maybe. It'd be tight.
So maybe we should
Just
stay
how I like it.
outside and send a venture in first.
That's
Well,
what I'm thinking.
We don't need to
Can we-
turn it around, right? Because it's powered by an elemental, so it could just reverse us back out.
Yeah, but what if we go into like a dragon's den?
I mean, does the elemental go faster in reverse or forward? Does it have gears?
Well,
I got my
So we don't-
elemental in the third gear.
Right, I mean, if we don't, we're not
I
gonna go.
think we should park outside if I'm perfectly honest, but that's
Yeah,
entirely
I
up
kinda
to you
would
lot.
like to do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean
let's
the
do it.
park. We should park just at the mouth, but you'll send out your lights as far as you
100 feet.
can.
Okay, cool. Right. Make the
I can
order
go in.
now.
Yeah, I'll go in.
Make the order.
I want to.
75 feet.
Make the fucking order!
I'm gonna start the stop. Sorry.
Randy.
The ship stops at about 70 feet out from the cave. It's about a 20-foot drop to the opening of the cave.
Okay, I'm gonna fire a harpoon
How long is that rope?
down. I think it's 50. Let me double check.
I can't remember what the standard's like 30 or 50.
I think 50 is the
50.
standard, which will also not make it.
You know, it's like a 20-foot drop.
Oh.
Yeah, 20
Like
foot.
you can go. It was going deeper. It was going to go fly straight
Oh,
into
I
the cave.
see.
But you
Okay.
guys can
Yeah, yeah,
drop
yeah.
under the ship
yeah,
and then enter
yeah.
the cave.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 50. It's a 50-foot rope.
So you can angle yourself like right close to the entrance if you wanted to.
Yeah, and like get like a kind of zip line thing going down, so we can kind of maybe scout out the entrance first before parking our home, our livelihood, all the people on board inside a cavern we don't know about.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
I'll be the first to go. I can see perfectly well in the darkness of a cavern.
I'll join you, dwarf.
Well, with Titus's lights, we could all see pretty well.
Yeah, there's plenty of light. Like it's
Well, yeah,
not
but I
enough
mean
light to
beyond
actually brighten the whole mouth
limit
of
of the
the
lights.
He can move them. It's very powerful.
Well, yeah, but if he's staying behind to command the
No, I'm going in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can we investigate the outside lip of this cave? Does it look like there's scratch marks? Like something has been coming in and going recently? as
nature
we're
or
stepping in?
investigation.
I'm
I'm gonna assume
investigate.
you're all zip line down. It went super smooth.
Can I add on to that?
I mean, I'll roll
that
an
check
acrobatics
because-
if you want me to.
Nah.
Can I add on to that check because
Hi.
I want to look for spore-like things, like the things we had on the ship.
Okay, well, you're looking for something different. So that'd be a different roll.
Okay.
So you both can roll separately.
I want to do a
Putting
leap of
my hat
faith
on.
into the trees.
Here we go.
Like
Don't
Assassin's
fail me
Creed.
now.
I'm
I've
just
gotten
kidding.
all my
Or-
bad rolls out of the way.
What are
I
you
didn't.
rolling, sir?
Eh?
That is a
Damn.
12 investigation.
You do take note that it is really smooth stone.
Oh.
Like man-made. Or
Uh.
creature-made.
Roll me, and you don't see any spores, Chase.
Yeah, I
Uh,
looked directly at a rock and said, "You know what? I doubt it."
You know what?
Clear.
We're
Does
clear.
Does it look like magic made smooth?
With that roll, you're not sure. Darius, if you also wanted to check, I need a nature investigation.
Investigazione. Let me just double check. Yeah, I could go. You know what? We'll go with nature. I'll change things up a little. Same perk. Oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't
You
have
know?
gone nature.
It's pretty smooth. That's some pretty smooth stone.
Rollers.
What about? Does it look familiar? The style of the stone, the way it's been smoothened out. Is it something that might ring true as something that Darius will have seen at some point?
Roll history with disadvantage.
I was gonna say, I, as a dwarf, do have stone cunning, and I can check the origin of stonework.
Oh, I can smell it. Oh, yes, I know this one.
I don't smell it.
Is that just an innate ability, or
It's a species trait, yeah.
Let
Well,
me-
it says
let me-
whenever
let
you
me do
make an
this roll.
intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework, you are considered proficient in the history skill and add double your proficiency
Oh.
bonus to the check.
okay? Go ahead and give me a history check, and then add up whatever you get plus another 3.
There's my history check.
History check.
This is a 25.
Let's go.
Okay.
Plus 3. Oh my goodness.
So you
somebody
guys
put
get
that.
different.
Darius got 7.
So we have different bits of knowledge that might be useful. As a
So
whole.
Darius,
Close.
Darius,
There you go.
Darius, you really have no idea what this is or why somebody would make it, because you know of Humidum. But that's on the coast. That's pretty far from where you're at right now. So that's probably not a large group of people looking for safety. It's weird. It's odd. It's out of place. Eitri, you're looking at it, and this is not, unless you had 50,000 people here with diamond sandpaper sanding, people aren't going to work this hard to get it that smooth unless they wanted something this smooth for some particular purpose.
Okay.
It seems like a waste of effort. You don't know who would make this or why they would make this. If it is man-made, which you're not 100% sure it is, it seems like a waste of effort, and especially because this opening of this cave is probably about 150 foot tall, about the same width.
Okay.
And it's not perfectly round, but it's pretty round. Maybe a little bit more squat.
The home of a giant blob.
And as you look down the mouth of the cave, you just see this round tunnel just going and going and going.
Okay.
No lights, no markings, no carvings, at least at the mouth of the cave that you've seen.
Should we do another arrow?
Okay.
Sure. Can't hurt.
Are any of my other arrows close by at all?
Sure.
I'll just pick up one that's already glowing. Actually, how long does Chase's glow last?
That's a good question.
Well,
Mine is a
see.
minute. Or my improvement upon
Yeah, that part's
the
definitely
glow.
worn off.
So, looking at it, an hour.
Oh yeah, that's definitely still going.
Okay. The tree, if you could.
Be on it.
And I'll just shoot it right down the middle.
Okay. Easy enough to do. It's well wide enough. This tunnel just keeps going, and you notice a slight curve downwards.
That makes me think...
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
In the opposite direction, so towards the forest, how does that look? Would it be easy for us to go and collect what we need from the forest?
Give me a perception with disadvantage as it's growing darker and darker, and the moons are growing brighter.
Yeah.
This gives me...
I mean, I could probably cast that spell again on a thing, but sorry.
No, you're all right. I'm just nervous.
Why?
This reminds me very much of something that burrowed in here.
Not great. These are not great rolls.
Perception, not investigation. So you get a reroll.
What do you think, Gray?
12.
You have an idea?
Okay.
12. So you look out, and it's hard to tell as the darkness is setting. The foliage looks like this entire mountain is just kind of smoothed over. And the foliage is quite a ways down. It'd be a trek down the mountain. Not a super long trek, but hauling wood back up the mountain could be a big pain. The advantage is there's not a lot of foliage to really slow you down, but you do have a steep mountainside you gotta climb.
I want to blast my Eldritch Blast down the tunnel.
Okay. What's the range on that?
300 feet.
Okay.
Damn.
It flies. You see your purple bird fly down the tunnel and then exploding, and you all hear the echo of that forceful blast.
Uh-oh.
And you didn't see anything but darkness beyond the blast itself. You all hear some birds at the base of the mountain fly off from the explosion.
Does this tunnel look anything like something has burrowed here? Some sort of creature, large, just, but on a massive scale.
Nature check.
Is it a beast? Or if it's a beast or a monstrosity, I do get advantage.
Nature check with advantage.
Ooh, fuck.
Gray doesn't know that, though.
I don't know that, though. Okay. 19.
Another one. Ooh.
You're coming with me.
No, fuck.
All right.
Ugh, damn it.
Gray, he's lived his life in the woods. He's seen all sort of critters and making their homes. You know that there are some snakes that like to bury themselves underground and kind of nest. This kind of reminds you of that. You've never heard of a snake burrowing through stone and mountain. And especially a snake not this fucking big.
Ukatoa, but it's Eartha.
Yeah. Uka Eartha.
Oh god. Okay, do I see any, like, maybe shed skin or something?
Investigation.
Also
With
advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah. 18.
As you get on your hands and knees and try to find some flaked skin, you're looking around, and then you feel a crunch under your hand. And as you look and pick your hand up, you find flaky skin, dried, old, weathered skin, much like a shedded snake skin.
And would I be able to know if this thing is nocturnal or otherwise?
From your previous roll, snakes generally like the warmth. If they're cold, they'll go bask in the sun. Other than that, they'll generally stay in their home unless they're hungry or need to bask.
So it would most likely stay in here at night?
Huh.
God damn it.
Got anything else? You want to go back?
No, I think that's it. I feel like an actual fucking ranger right now doing some animal shit. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Oh, they're back.
Hey,
Am I?
Gray.
How bad is it, Gray?
I think we need to leave.
What makes you say
You
that?
elaborate? I'm sure it's
This
fine.
hole reminds me very much of a snake's burrow.
That's kind of
A
what I
snake's
thought when I
burrow.
first seen it. But I didn't see any scratch marks.
There was skin on
What
the
type of
ground.
snake?
There's what?
There was skin on the ground.
Oh. Can you point out where?
How big?
Yeah, let's get a sample of that too.
How big? Well,
Right?
look at...
Can I lay on it for scale? Is there a scale?
I love that so much.
It's like dried, cracked skin, like already kind of disintegrated.
Okay.
It may stay in the cave during the night, but...
So old. So not recent.
All right.
No fresh shed.
Not that he found.
And he's told us about it. I'm looking now.
Okay, investigation.
Do I get advantage because I know what I'm looking for?
So,
No.
Do you think this thing is,
Can I
the
type
giant
animal
thing
handling?
for the area?
For what? There's no animal.
I mean, it is an animal. He said snake.
Animal handling is the
God.
animal is there.
I tried. 11.
Yeah, no, you're not finding anything. You're not even finding like old dried skin.
Um,
Okay.
so Gray describes it as a snake. Can I do a history check? See if it's something that I'm familiar with?
Yeah,
Or
I'll
written-
allow one
written
with
about?
disadvantage.
Gray does have a history of being paranoid.
Yeah, but sometimes this paranoia's been right.
With disadvantage, so Gray already checked her history, I think.
So does that make him paranoid if he was right?
I mean, you're not always right.
I mean, snakes like warm.
Snakes do like warm.
Snakes
And
like the
we've-
warm.
I've seen the river grow tentacles and try to attack me, and then I had to walk through a black goop. So seeing a giant worm burrow or snake burrow into a mountain is the least surprising thing I've seen.
Big snake.
I hope it's a giant snake. Oh. As a player saying this, not
Does that
Chase is normal.
does that smooth bit of surface, is it like curved at all? Is it around the entire circumference of the entrance to this?
The whole cave looks smooth, like something has been moving through it and wearing the stone down to its smooth finish.
If I start speaking a parcel tongue,
So it's been doing this a lot. Isn't a one-time dealio. This is
If it shed its skin, it's probably not in this entrance.
yeah.
And if it's the diameter of this cave,
It could swallow the ship whole.
So do we just grab
My-
a few trees from the tree line and get moving?
My arrow, it should be like 600 feet out. Is,
Hold on, I gotta rescue my cat. Hold on. Oh, never mind. She rescued herself.
can I? So at this point, we haven't entered the cave yet. We are like at the mouth.
No,
right?
you're in it.
Looking in. We're in it.
You're
Okay,
you're
I
in it.
thought-
You're like maybe 40 feet into it.
Okay. Because I was, can I run back up to the actual mouth of the cave? Because I'd quite like to see if you have a. How wide is the cave exactly?
Like 150 foot ish.
150 foot. So if the snake itself is 150 foot wide, we would not only see the massive like entrance, but we would see a fucking highway through the jungle where it is traversed. Can I investigate?
I want to help him look
Sure
through
can.
that jungle.
Perception. It'd be perception.
Can I assist
then-
him on that?
Yeah.
perception look
Gray already
like?
was. So that there's roll again with it. Roll.
I
one
mean,
more
I would
time to take the
already-
highest number.
I think I would already get
Roll again
advantage
with advantage?
because
Yeah, Gray would. Yeah.
if I already get advantage,
Okay, well, yeah, Gray can I assist Darius if he's rolling and Gray can have his advantage?
Sure.
Right. Wait. So if I'm rolling, would I roll as advantage because I'm being helped by someone else, or?
You've already rolled once, so just roll again,
Right.
and we'll take the highest number. Gray can
Okay.
roll with advantage.
damn.
It is dark out, and it's hard to see. But you do know that the entire mountain that you're on is worn of foliage. There is
Yeah,
no
I don't-
foliage pretty much on this whole mountain as far as you can see coming in.
Mhm.
I don't know. Do we just brave it in the air for one more night and wait for the morning? Because I really don't want to get jumped in the
Do we
night
want to
by-
try to go to the top of the
Maybe.
mountain?
If there's a hole in the mountain this size, I think I would rather have some distance.
But also, even if we are at the top of the mountain, or even above the mountain by like 50 feet, it was to say that the snake doesn't just rear up while we're in the air.
We could,
Yeah,
we
that's
could.
kind of why I was thinking get some distance, keep it in sight, but not within hundreds of feet. I'd like some
Cool.
distance from this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's bring it up into the air a bit and maybe take it back down.
Yeah.
See if anything comes out in the morning.
Yeah, let's keep
All
a
goes
watch
in.
for storms. If
All goes
anything
in.
comes in, we'll lower. I don't think we could take another storm in the air.
Yeah.
While we're going up, can I also just check if there's river nearby, like water, river, sort of stuff?
There better not be.
It's not a river. It's the snake.
Perception with disadvantage.
Yeah, it's dark. This all
It's
sucks.
Oh my
Perception.
God, it's like that boss fight in Indiana Jones all over again.
Dude, I fucking hated that. I hated it so much.
It's dark out, Chase.
Yeah. Damn it.
We're not finding anything at nighttime, and we know what awaits us down this hole. Let's just
Potentially.
Potentially.
let's just call it a night. Check our luck tomorrow. Can't be worse than it was today.
I'll take
Wow.
that.
I don't know. I know a dungeon master that would like to test your theory.
Of course, it's a
What's a
jungle.
dungeon master?
Why wouldn't he make it an anaconda horror movie?
Oh god.
Honestly, snakes are hot,
As
man.
soon as he was like, "Oh yeah, monsoon season," I was like, "Oh, we're seeing a giant snake." And I just had this
Oh,
feeling.
really?
So you all board back onto the ship as the night
Yep.
continues to grow in darkness and the moons grow brighter
I'm gonna
and
take.
brighter.
I'm taking my harpoon rope back, by the way, from
Yeah.
from it being,
Yeah, and
suspended.
when we all get loaded back on the ship, I'm gonna give a message to the air elemental to take us a distance from the mountain, but keep it in view. We think something lives inside.
It does.
This is where it is. The mountain is the snake.
Oh my god. Get out of my notes.
Coiled, just
It's, the
coiled up.
it's a rattlesnake, and the mountain is the end.
I shot first.
You did? All right. As you hover in the night sky, knowing that there may be some serpent creature below you, some kind of odd sky serpent watching you in the sky,
Two of them,
you
no?
all
Oh no.
maybe, probably.
I'm gonna take first watch.
I want to
you're
take.
gonna watch it.
I want to take last watch.
No, yeah, I'm watching the mountain.
I'll take watch
overnight.
with you first.
Yeah,
Okay. There it is.
100%. I'm curious.
All right. For the
Guess
sake
I'll
of
be on
brevity, the only
Okay.
one that matters is first watch. So go ahead and give me perception rules, Corsilla and
Oh.
Titus.
I'll bet.
21.
Hell yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Thank
I've
Christ.
rolled so bad. Please, let's go!
What happened?
20.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Let's
So,
go.
after everybody goes to bed, about 3 hours go by.
Yeah, but you're
And in the darkness, you swear that you, like, water is moving as you see, like, this reflection coming off of this large serpent entity. Whether it's an actual snake or not, you can't tell. It's too dark, but it is. It moves like a snake. And you see it slither out from the forest. You see some trees falling over. You hear the cracking and breaking. But as large as this thing is, it is not making very much noise. You are far, but for the destruction something this size would be leaving, you think it'd be a lot louder and a lot more destructive. And as you see this stealthy serpent flow and slowly wrap around the base of the mountain, kind of coiling around it with its mass. You know, it doesn't coil all the way around. It's not quite that long. You see it come around the back of the mountain and you lose sight, and then you see it come back up again. And then you see it go head first deep into the cave. And it takes time, but eventually you see the tail eventually disappear into the absolute darkness of the cave.
That was so cool.
That was so hot.
You weren't there. You don't know it was hot.
So what do you think, Corsilla?
I dreamt
think
of it.
we'll be
I
fine
dreamt
here?
of it.
I think that thing has a lot of teeth,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of want one.
You're not wrong. I could use the blood.
The scales of that thing. The bones, we could use it for the ship.
Did you see it though? I don't think it has scales. It looked fluid.
I'm sure it's got something for skin.
I don't know if I want to find out. I've kind of had enough bad luck. Well, we've seen where it came from. We'll check its trail for any debris. And we'll be a lot more careful of the mountain. You think it's another entity? could always ask your friend.
You know, he could be your friend too.
I don't think I think I like you guys. You know, I don't think I want any other planar friends.
Could probably get
I
that
like-
other one off your back.
I think I want all of them off my back. I think I just want to be material, planar, you know, mortals for the win. I don't.
Material girl.
Yeah. Cause this sucks. I still don't sleep well. Even in the grove.
I sleep perfectly fine.
Yeah, well, you've accepted your madness.
What madness?
You know.
Are you calling me crazy?
I didn't say that. I didn't say you were crazy. I said
I
you
was crazy
accepted it.
once.
Sometimes fighting it makes
Get
you
the fuck
crazy.
up.
But sometimes
And to think I was
just,
making something for you.
you know, don't take it personal, Corsilli. You know better. It's just a lot. I'm just tired of things being in my head.
So do we tell him it's a snake?
Oh yeah.
Ah,
No? What are you thinking? Giant black
Oh.
slime monster?
It was snake-esque. Like, it was, the scales did reflect.
Like, yeah.
But it big, whatever it is.
It was big.
But it wasn't like, it wasn't like a large ooze.
No.
It definitely had a structure to it.
Yeah, it was
Poopy,
big.
poopy.
You don't think maybe it was a pet from the giants, do you? The ones that took Briar, the ones that crashed in speed, those giants?
I mean, it's hard to say. I wish I knew. Would have been nice to talk to one
You
of
think
them.
maybe this is like a normal snake for them, but like, you know, since they're normal, it's like giant.
What is normal anymore?
I mean, anything could be normal. You just
Yeah.
gotta, you know, look at it
kinda
from a different angle, you know, different perspective. You know, beheadings are normal. Other places, some places is not. You know,
Yeah.
gotta kind of read the room a little.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a hell of an argument to
But-
make.
You know, some. Do we wake him up to tell him though, or do we just tell him in the morning?
I think they should sleep.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
it's fine. Should we have a second watch just in case? We've been getting kind of attacked though.
We could wake Gray up, or we could force him to hang out with that new guy,
Oh yeah.
Darius.
What do you
Darius.
think of? What do you think of them?
Mm. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to go through their things yet, so I was gonna do that later.
Yeah. Yeah. It had to be one of us.
We could wake them up, or you could give me a sec to go through their things and then wake them up,
Yeah. Yeah.
or I
can
could wait
always
to do
try.
it.
You know, when you get back, I can always wake her up.
Cool. Well, I'll go do that then.
All right. After this time, I'm gonna arcane recovery during this little rest here for a sending spell. And when she goes off, I'm gonna use a sending spell.
Let's do it.
Let's
Put
do
my hood
it.
up and going off.
I hope this works. Listen here, you tentacle bitch. Get out of my magic. All right.
Okay, who are you sending it to?
Father, can you hear me?
All right.
Father, why have you forsaken me? All right, hitting the button. Here we go. 5 words, 25 words. Father, getting closer to Mother. We'll be close to the final checkpoint before we're there. How is the city? That's it.
Okay. D100.
There's a lot of rolling. It's still going. It's bouncing on itself.
Damn, even I can't last that long.
What's that mean? God, I have to decipher too. That's the worst part. You can tell me.
You get a response.
I'm sure I do. But who's responded?
Huh.
Fuck.
You hear Titus. City is somewhat secure. Strange entity. Very powerful. It left.
What?
We're trying to harness. It's odd.
Don't say it.
Magic.
Oh boy.
It left some magic.
Oh God, no.
Goodbye to your city. There's another one gone.
No. No.
That's
Stay
four
safe.
down.
Do any of us have a city of residents left?
No.
I didn't grow up in a city, so
Titus
fuck
is
you.
audibly yelling this too. This is not just me. This is Titus yelling this physically.
Dindolindle coming soon as well. Don't you worry, Tree.
No, it's already gone.
I'm not from
Oh,
Denver.
Dinnerland's gone.
No, Dinnerland's gone.
Oh,
Then
Hearing
there's
him
blood.
yell?
It's not
From
gone.
Netherlands.
It's just blood now.
Hearing him yell, I'm gonna see. Yeah, I think Chase will wake up and just go sit with him.
Nowhere is safe. We are all doomed. Doomed, 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 doomed.
I'll just pat his shoulder.
Something left something at my home.
I'm sorry,
I don't-
Titus.
Well, would they be smart enough to resist?
Would you be able to send them another message, or?
In an hour. I could send one more.
Well, I mean, at least you can try.
Where
All
do
right.
we even go? Yep, that's it. And I'll wait till Corsilla gets back, and I'll go wake Gray.
All right, what's Corsilla doing?
I'm going through E's stuff, E-Tree stuff, and Doris's stuff
All right.
Mhm.
Eitri,
with my hood up.
Mhm.
Sneaky
Eitri, and
like.
Darius. What's your guys' passive? Passive perceptions.
While they're
Boy,
asleep.
Here we go. Yeah.
Wait, if they're near me,
Passive perception.
oh, I guess that doesn't count as danger, does it?
No, it
Sure don't.
doesn't.
No.
She doesn't intend
Uh,
harm.
Nope.
My passive perception is 13.
No, it's your
I didn't mean
passive.
to roll that. I didn't mean to roll that.
Yeah. Your passive will at least be better than that. You got a chance.
Where am I looking at my passive?
Left in
Sorry.
the middle.
It's
Left
under
in the
your
middle.
savings.
Passive, that's 10.
All right. Bird, you got to beat a 13.
Stealth or sleight of hand?
Stealth. It'll be both. All right. They definitely don't hear you coming, but are they going to feel you rummaging around their shit?
With or without?
I don't think you get advantage with sleight of hand for being invisible.
Okay.
So just a straight roll.
Is the stealth?
For sleight of hand? 'Cause she's going through their stuff.
I'll say it's not touching them, but yeah.
You're not. You're right. You're not touching them.
You might have to touch it to move stuff around, though, right? Like,
No, that would still be part of stealth, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the sleight of hand is more like pickpocketing. Or trying to cast a spell without somebody seeing it.
Would they have their stuff out in the open though?
Does not give advantage, but does affect DC.
Unless they want exhaustion, you're not sleeping with armor on.
Yeah.
So their stuff has to be off.
Yeah, unless you stated otherwise that you're like sleeping in it. Yeah, you normally don and doff your armor every day. Good thing I'm a mage. I don't gotta do none of that.
All right, so Corsilla. We'll start with Darius. There's what of note would Corsilla find going through your shit?
A lot of potions, I suppose. A lot of empty bottles of various alcohols. My journal. My staff. Yeah, kind of it really. Some supplies, just general alchemist and thieves' tools.
So she's not gonna take anything, but she's definitely gonna like skim through the alchemist notes, and look through the journal for any like entries about like working for somebody or following somebody's code, like
Okay.
just any information in general.
Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and just give me a straight investigation then.
You do. Interesting.
13.
Okay, Darius, what do you think she would find skimming through your journal super quick? Like it's not nothing in depth. She's not going to sit there and read an entire page. And with the 13, it doesn't have to be anything like in depth. It doesn't have to be deep lore.
I mean, it's a long journal. I've lived a long life, so there will be references to a couple of different wars fought, a picture of someone, a student, lots of notes from when I was a professor at an academy. And some dried up tear marks, I think.
All right. I'll put everything back and move on to Eitri stuff.
All right, Eitri, what you got to note that the bird's got to find?
A skull that hangs from my chainmail that has like a golden or like a silver circlet like embedded into its like crown. A journal or like a tome, more or less. Not really a journal, but like it has little addendums, you know, like little scribbles in it. Is she going through my would she notice like jewelry on me?
On you? No.
On you? No.
Okay.
I was about to say in the bag though.
That sound. Oh.
No, then yeah, just the skull, a tome, and then that looks pretty worn, and then just normal sort of like little trinkets of like dwarf make, as well as just priest or like cleric stuff, like block of incense here, some rations there, some robes.
All right. What's in the tome? Is it like notes of your travel or
It's
like schematics?
it's it's more like the history of my journey through the guild that I'm a part of. Every like elder of a certain ranking writes their own like sort of adventures, and then it gets passed down.
Well, all right. I'll put it all back and then return to Titus.
Who is there with Chase up beside him?
Before I come into light, I will take my hood off and become visible so I don't like immediately poof into existence in front of her.
No, why not? I'm sure it'll be
Mm-mm.
She might drop her bread.
Hey, oh, hi,
And the
Chase.
the decloaking sound is just.
fine.
She did poof away for a tummy ache. So I don't know if we just want to have her go back to sleep or not, but...
Yeah, she fell asleep on Titus's shoulder.
Oh, I didn't realize she poofed away.
Is she asleep? You think maybe cover her ears a little bit?
Yeah.
And then... So...
Kind of cover earmuffs.
Nothing really crazy to note. Robo Arm Man has some potions and some weird looking blueprints and some notes going on from, I guess he was a teacher at some place at like an academy.
Okay.
The dwarf just seems to be a very well-versed healer, preacher, I guess. That's really just who he is. He likes rocks.
All right. Well,
Nothing really crazy as I suspected, but I don't know. Not that I hope they were too crazy, but
our luck hasn't
nothing
been.
noteworthy.
Yeah, our luck hasn't been great, so wouldn't surprise me if they were here to kill us. And
I was
don't
kind of
forget,
hoping for a little fun from the robot arm man.
when I kind of seen that, I was like, oh god, it's home here to come capture me, and they're gonna take me in the night, right?
I mean,
So like I was like instantly locked in. I was like, oh, this is it. He literally fell from the sky. They found me. How'd they find me? We're all anti-scried,
do you think he could help with the eye thing?
Well, I mean, yeah. I honestly, I kind of was studying his arm a little bit. I don't know how he got it to connect to the nerve endings. Like that's the biggest part is dealing with rejection. Building the contraption is always fine, but how do you get it to operate with the body and the magical means of getting it to work with you? That's usually the biggest issues. So he doesn't seem to have any splashback or any kind of damage. There's no wear on his body. So yeah, I'm definitely interested.
Right. Well, I have 2 willing eye sockets, and Fronged has 2 unwilling eye sockets. But
I don't understand why you're so keen on just pulling your own eye out for the sake of putting in a mechanical one. You don't want to wait till you lose one,
Why would I wait when I could get ahead of it?
As long as I get to keep your eyeball,
and then I could see it coming.
Yeah. If you just want to pluck that bad boy out, I'm sure I could figure out something with it. And hell, if the mechanical one goes bad, we'll just pop this one back in, right?
I mean, we need the replacement first, so.
Yeah. Well, that's the plan. We're a little ways away from that, though. I've been drawing up some schematics, but I gotta get my first project done. I've only got 2 days left. If we don't have any interference.
Okay, well, I'm going to bed. You can wake Gray up and tell him about the
Alright.
whole snake.
You wanna help me tow this one back?
She weighs like 10 pounds. Can you not carry her?
I guess. It just.
She's in chainmail.
Oh. She was already asleep, or he was already asleep, and heard me screaming. Just gonna throw him over my shoulder.
She'll like
tuck him
lift
on.
up her feet like over her head because she is also only 4 foot tall.
Yeah. Titus has no strength.
Neither do I.
That's why I was like,
You're
"Together you
taller,
can
though."
do it." Yeah. That's
So
true.
you picking her up, I already can't help that much.
Someone's got
Yeah,
the feet,
I
the other has the hands, but her butt is still dragging on the
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah, that's kind of how I envisioned it entirely. But I was like, be quiet. Nobody will see
Well, if she
this.
was asleep, she would have taken the chainmail off, so she's not wearing
Yeah,
chainmail.
so just not,
She
yeah,
didn't
not
put it
super
on
heavy.
to run over to him.
Yeah, so we'll carry Chase on home and get him and then put up.
Tuck her into the hammock.
All right. Unless you guys want to role play, we'll skip to the morning.
That's it. Yeah,
Well,
I'll wake Gray up.
well, if Titus is going to describe it to me, I want to see if I know what it is.
That's a big fucking snake.
Big fucking snake.
But like,
Yeah, I'll just magically project it for you and just kind of show it to you. I mean, words wouldn't even do me justice, so I'll show you what I saw.
well, with seeing this snake, Randy, how strong would it be?
A pretty big snake.
Let's fight it, Gray. Let's fight it.
Louder.
Let's fight it.
You think there's snakes that are like 15 foot long, 25 foot long, and they can crush a human.
It's kind of hard.
So,
What can they crush a
Neat,
dwarf?
so snake, big, people not as big. Probably do a pretty good crush job.
Well,
We have
surely,
magic.
if we're so small, I won't even be able to get a grip on us.
Just like an ant, your foot doesn't need a good grip on an ant.
We do
Bird
have an
does.
airship.
We do have an airship.
It's true. You could
Well,
crash your airship into it and see. if that
No!
works.
No, no,
Oh.
no.
No.
I was more concerned about it coiling around the airship.
Range.
Yeah.
So it is way bigger than the airship. It
Well-
definitely could coil around the airship.
Has Gray at least ever heard of a creature like this before? Know what it is specifically?
Roll nature or history.
Could I roll one of
Like-
my own? Have I ever seen or heard anything like this?
Roll
Is it-
nature or history.
I
'Cause
get
it's like, yeah,
advantage
this is
because
a-
it's a beast,
Nope.
right? No?
Oh yeah. You.
Thank you.
Well,
My
fourth
sass.
13? My goodness.
Oh, one of those was a
13.
1. Can I get Chase's luck?
She's asleep.
Yeah, but oh, damn it.
No, she's
I've
asleep.
returned. I'm
Ah!
I'm sleeping.
Aha!
No, wait, no, she's not sleeping. Come on, let me have
She's
it.
sleeping.
As we're passing each
She
other.
wakes back up as we put her
We
in the
tucked
bed.
her
Like,
into
"Oh."
bed.
Yeah, she was asleep on Titus's shoulder.
Damn it.
She's out cold.
Yeah.
Damn
yeah,
it.
There you go. Oh, hey, let me sit you down. Sorry.
Yeah. No. You never heard of a snake being that big before.
All right.
Okay. Damn.
Maybe he saw
Alright.
something like that in my journal when you saw it earlier.
Oh, and Corsilla checked out our 2 new compatriots, and they seem to be okay.
So
They
the
seem pretty
party
genuine.
Oh. Right. I wasn't too worried about them. It was a little strange that they both came in the same day, though.
Yeah. I mean, I am being hunted, so I was kind of have a little clear head checked. But yeah, I wasn't too worried either. They did kind of fall from the sky. What are the odds? But
I
still.
assume they were guided just as we were.
Yeah.
We are the puppets.
Yeah, you guys swear you hear the entities in your head saying that you're nothing but the puppets of gods.
It's 2 more days. 2 more days. I just hope this works. I'm gonna go to bed.
Good night.
Sleepy time.
Long rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another sending before I go to sleep.
All right.
I'm gonna take my another hour or whatever, chilling. Send another one. Oh boy, hopefully this goes through. What do you mean they left something? You can't trust it. They all mean to sow discord. Please be safe. I love you. Good night. That's it. 25 even.
Okay. D100.
No, just let it go through for once.
Nah.
Just hoping you forget it. It just happens. Come on, come on, come on. Oh God, I don't want to. Come on, it cucked me. It was so close. 34.
34. He says.
Stupid ass, tentacle ass bitch.
You get a response.
Yeah.
And you don't get words.
Oh yay! Just tentacle fucked.
You get an image of snow. And you get another image of this gargantuan furry creature. Almost as white as the snow. Humanoid. And you see it at the edge of the hole of Caldium, of the false village that is put on top of your home that only the outsiders see. And you see it kneel down, and with its hands cupped, you see it release something in the snow, and it starts to walk away. And that's all you get.
Do I recognize the creature, having seen all of the entities in the dream? Do I get any semblance of any of them? Do any of them go like, okay, you look like you could be furry dude?
Yes.
Okay. Which one can I remember when we passed them? And do I remember
History.
anything about their true form? Oh boy. I'm sure this won't fuck me in another way just thinking about it, right? 9. Dude, I'm just not in it today.
No. It's familiar. The form is the same as it was in its throne.
Okay.
But yeah, for lack of, basically just think, if as of right now, just think of like the Yeti but kaiju.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of shake my head free of the vision and head to the grove.
Okay.
I'm gonna journal again what I've seen and everything.
Okay.
Before I go to bed.
As it's getting lighter, can I kind of spot any of the trails that snake left?
Perception.
Boy.
Oh, do I get it? I don't know if I get advantage on that.
I would say not, because it's not like information on the creature. You're just trying
Right.
to see.
Advantage on survival checks. Okay.
I mean, is this your natural terrain?
It's just my favorite enemy.
Rainforest. Ah, yeah. But still.
Survival checks to track your favorite enemy as well as intelligence check. Yeah, so not this one.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not really up to date
Snakes
on
are your
that.
favorite enemy?
Yeah.
Beasts.
Huh?
Ah.
Oh.
Sick.
Um,
Okay.
it's still too dark out to really get a good grasp
Yeah.
of the land around.
All right then.
All right.
Hit the button.
Yep. Everybody hit your long rests. Sun is rising. You are hovering above Snake Mountain or something.
Does it come out at all while I'm
Yep.
up there?
Nope.
Interesting.
Corsilla, this workout shit is for the birds. It's fucking
Apparently
hard.
not.
It is fucking hard out here.
Uh,
All right.
It's still hot, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's hot and sticky and gross.
Okay. Well, same as always, make a breakfast. And this time, switching it up. Our core group gets iced tea. Do we need extra ice?
yeah,
No, we're
how's
past
out
that.
of the-
Mushroom
We're
go?
past that.
I mean,
Okay.
Well, you know, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give like a different portion of the rest of the people, and I'm gonna make sure that the carpenter gets some iced tea.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything?
just working on my helmet.
All right.
I
Are
want
we
to
back
go
on
check on X and see if he needs a hand, like smithing, like some new like rivets and joints and whatnot for the continued repair, especially after the storm.
Okay, you get to X and he's like, usually Titus just kind of magics the stuff.
Magic it.
Yeah.
No sweat
Very
of your
convenient.
brow.
Nope.
Am I catching flack right now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about I give a helping hand and make some of my own?
He kind of looks around. He's like, I think we're about out.
Ouch, not even enough for a rivet, a joint.
He kind of looks around for a minute, and he looks down at his armor.
Oh man, times are hard.
Oh, I see what you're thinking. Forget I mentioned anything.
I don't really need it.
There may come a day when you do.
No,
No,
there won't.
you seem sure.
And he starts to rip some of the plate mail off of his waist.
Oh my.
That's symbolic.
Well, if you're absolutely certain, but I don't want you to regret this.
Oh, I won't. One day you'll see.
Very well.
And yeah, he
Can I
starts to strip
smith away?
his. Yep. He pulls off his armor, and when he gives it to you, it's about 80 to 100 pounds of just steel.
Jesus Christ.
You big boy.
Let's go.
He's like 8 foot tall.
Is that high quality steel? Like dragon
Oh, yeah.
steel, dwarven steel, elven steel? What kind of steel are we talking here?
Boy,
The high quality
X
one.
it's pretty good shit. Eitri, the steel that he's giving to you, it was definitely made by the craftsman of craftsmen, and it was well maintained at some point. It is definitely worn and beaten down. But you can tell based on your just knowledge that this shit is old. And if you want to try to figure out how old, I need a history check.
I would love to figure that out, DM. Fucking shit!
It's fucking old.
Man,
That
dude.
shit's at least
Dude.
like 5 years old.
That is like the
Are you
fourth
around Windy
nat
or
one I've
Chase?
rolled.
He didn't roll a 1, did he?
Yep.
Oh, you sure
Yeah.
did.
He sure
sure
did.
did.
That's
We did just wake up.
insane.
If you need a
It's
history
like your
check,
what, fifth one?
Yeah.
history check when it comes to armor, I know a thing or two.
I have to figure out if Chase is there. I don't know. She gave
Yeah, that's up to
everybody
you.
food, so she may actually be there.
Maybe.
All right. Try again.
Damn,
Okay.
saved by the grace of Chase.
Well,
12.
So it's hard to put your finger on, because there are some truly fantastic craftsmen still left around Dunmer. But this is... You've never heard... Like, if somebody could make armor like this, they would be a legend. And you haven't quite heard of somebody like that.
So it's far too good for bolts and rivets.
Yeah.
Eh?
That's up to you.
I mean, it feels like a total waste to use this on like fastening to the ship down.
Mm-hmm.
maybe the important parts.
Now, you cannot don this armor. It is not
Right? Yeah, yeah.
magical.
It's not magical.
It is not magical. It is just some damn good armor. If it was magical, magic armor can adhere to any size.
Right, right.
But this is not. X has already walked away in pretty much just decent clothing. It was decent at one point. Not noble worthy, but definitely not a step above a commoner. That's been worn and torn and dirty and ripped. And he just starts going back to work.
You know what? For now, I just want to shine it. I want to try and bring back some of its glory.
Okay. That'll take some. It would take you a couple of days of working on it, I'd say, to get it done right.
Well,
I can
then
help
I'll
him for a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll start. I'll just start on it.
Okay. All right. So as you start to pound the dents out without making new ones and remove some of the what you would assume is dried blood and rust off the edges. Who else is doing what?
I'm gonna be removing a little bit of the dread blood and rust off of the armor while he's identifying it. If that sounds good to me.
I'm writing in my journal.
Okay.
Do we want to try? I'm gonna go find Gray. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop him for a second. Go find him. Gray.
He would be up in the nest. He'll jump down. Hey, what's up? What you what do you need?
Well, we kind of need supplies, and this landing spot didn't really work out with the giant water snake thing. Should we get moving, or do you want to try to find another spot around here?
I was gonna maybe study it and see if we have time to go down and get a few things.
I mean, we could probably look where it was traveling through. It's bound to have torn a couple of trees down.
It's true, we could just scavenge.
Yeah.
It would
Just
have.
grab enough that we need and then get moving, because I don't want to get eaten. It moved pretty fast.
I also haven't seen any fallen trees.
Okay, you can't see its path anymore.
It's too much foliage.
We haven't looked for its path in the light.
Well, now
I'll
that
give
it's
it
morning,
another. I'll give it another
Come-
gander. Give me another
don't insist
gander.
that, man. Give him advantage. Please, gander good.
Kinda hard.
Gander like you've never gandered before.
15 is like an average gander.
Hey, you know, it's better than what we've been doing.
So, with the sun mostly out, and you look around the mountain, you can see that water has pooled in some of these grooves. And it kind of makes sense, Titus, is why you didn't hear it and everything crash. It's using its old grooves as kind of like a channel where it's kind of hard to see throughout all of the foliage around, but you can see a more narrow path kind of just snaking throughout the forest. It has made its own water highway where it is more undetectable. It is a lot more silent swimming through the water.
Right.
It's
'cause
making its
made
own
of-
rivers.
Yep. Don't like that. So does that mean we don't see anything down at all because of how frequently it's been using these paths?
There are some down trees. It doesn't alongside of the rivers. You do see some fallen trees.
Okay.
How fast was it, would you say?
Randy, could I roll for that?
Nature.
Because it moves pretty quick. Nature check. Oh, I don't like that.
So even if you had perfect memory, you still have to do the calculations.
Well, the calculations.
Yeah.
Oh, they were good. They're not anymore. Dude, this is bad.
Can I help
12
him?
was pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
You weren't there. You didn't see it.
I was about to say, with, the normal speed of a snake, how fast would a big old snake move?
Well, depends on the snake. Snakes have different speed. You're not
But
sure what the
really-
species of this one is.
Yeah,
Relatively.
man. I want to sneak into the
For
cave
its
so bad.
size,
Do it,
big.
coward.
Stop trying to kill us.
Hey,
It
if Gray goes, I'll go.
it was pretty quick.
Okay.
And that being said, it's not like it was hunting quick. It was just
Yeah.
moving.
Ray, I've seen you move pretty quick. This thing could outpace you, and it wasn't chasing something.
Yeah.
You know, that thrill you get when you're really kind of going after something. Yeah, he was just kind of going home.
I just really want to know how much time between it coming and going.
So
Fair.
you know how long we have.
And then even if we were to
Perfect
go
detect us.
deep into the cave, it might have a nest and
Lots of baby
Snakes.
snakes.
maybe baby
A lot of baby
snakes.
snakes. They're little baby
I don't know.
snakes, which which,
Yeah.
considering the size of that snake, would still be able
Mhm.
to constrict you.
Hmm.
Eat all. You can just eat.
Well,
all
we
of us
could
and
have
smash
another
it
pet. We
in
could
here.
have your mimics, the mushrooms.
I mean, I'd fuck with a pet snake. You know, that'd be cool.
I say we kill it.
I
I
say
That's
we
right,
can't
okay,
kill
cool.
it.
move on. I'm getting so close
Can't
to
is a strong
like
word.
where I need to go,
It's
and
more
my
like you
city's
won't
kind
kill
of
it,
like
Gray.
probably gonna explode or be taken over by some kind of thing. And so like, I don't
I have
want to stay
a
here.
I have a question. How many of these rivers has the snake created from traversing the jungle?
Perception check.
Anything's killable.
13.
Yeah, but you gotta have the weapon to do it. We don't have.
You
those
see
kind
at
of
least
weapons.
10.
At least 10? Okay.
Some more worn
okay.
than others.
Okay. What about are there any that look like they've not been used in a while?
Nature check.
Nature.
15. You see one that's a little bit more, quite a bit more narrow. Maybe it used it when it's smaller and hasn't gone that way since it's gotten bigger, or it's just used it less and it's not as worn down.
What if we park the ship there?
What if we drop the glass on it?
What if we park the ship in one of the older I mean at one, this airship is still a ship, so can it float on water?
Not now. Not with all the holes in it.
I mean, I
no,
can't.
we're only in the air because this thing is holding us.
Right, okay.
I understand. We are all enthralled by the very shiny new water snake.
No, I don't care. No, let it be known. I don't care about the snake. I want resources. And if we go to
Yeah.
where the snake wasn't and hasn't been for a long time, but is still somewhere that we could potentially park, even if we're a few feet above the water, and then we can just
Yeah, I'm down with that.
anchor us down and then grab some resources.
I mean, at this rate, how far away are we from the city of Humidum?
Like 2
We
months.
still have we still have
Like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
God damn.
We're
how
over
fast-
the first tree line, right? That's kind of how far we're in.
The
This thing goes like what, 5 knots? God damn.
The map is pretty big.
big map.
And we've been traveling for almost a week, and 4 days of it have at least been in Studor, right? Because we
Yep.
skipped those few days. We skipped like 3 days in that one venture as soon as we got in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just skipped 2. So yeah, we're going on a full week here.
Yeah, pretty much where that middle section of the trees are. You're like at the top of that.
Coming from the road almost. Okay, so we just hit the tree line, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
But yeah, so that's my suggestion that I'm going to pose to Titus, as
Yep.
I think we need resources desperately, and we're already running short. We're going to be running on empty before long. God, we're going to be having to use people's armor for resources at this rate.
We could
And-
I'm shining it.
we could bait the snake into eating the glass.
What is your obsession with this what glass?
This
What?
glass,
I can
if
make
you
a
touch
really
it,
nice poison.
You're trying to make it choke?
the glass, it's very sharp.
I like the glass.
And it
I don't think
explodes,
that size of a
apparently.
snake- Well, apparently.
Can we just carpet bomb this thing?
Certainly could.
Although the poison sounds like a good
Assuming
idea.
it's not a god.
So we're going
Assuming.
for the wood first, right? And then we can listen to the case of the snake again in a little.
I was going to say, like, at the very least, let's, like, kind of patch up, armor up. Like, let's put the ship into a position where there are no more holes. Into a position where, like, the rooms don't look like they've been shaken about a shit ton in a hurricane. And make sure that we've got. We could probably gather some more supplies just from the jungle itself, vines as rope substitutes, and who knows, maybe some fruits from trees or something that we might stumble across. I don't know the fauna of the jungle that we are currently inhabiting.
I just
So,
wanted the cave for some safety from the.
We speak to it.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Randy, reading this spell.
Yep.
It doesn't say that like the trees need to be cut. Because it specifically says, for example, a wooden bridge from a clump of trees. So could I just lower the ship close to it and then cast this to reinforce the hull with fresh trees and then cut us free with whatever the spell and whatever tools we have?
I would say doing that, the material wouldn't go as far because you just have hunk of tree. Like it's
Yeah,
not
it's not-
as
it's not
refined as
finished and
planks or anything like that. And eventually which you can do this. It would be that's more of a band-aid than what you're already doing, because eventually those trees will rot.
Right, but we don't have the process to treat the lumber anyway.
True.
So what I was thinking is just completely redo the hull real quick and then take some fresh stuff with us to redo this as we go. And with the grove already growing fresh as it is, maybe this might help with the natural growth of that as well.
Maybe.
I like that idea.
I don't know. So I can do this 3 times, and then we'll take. So when we go down, I will start working on the ship while you guys harvest whatever wood you can. And I can do this 3 times. We have 3 hours. Take 2 hours. Sorry, because I can do it once, and then I'll need 2 hours to sit and do it 2 more times.
My hand retracts into the arm, and a miniature saw blade comes out.
All right, I like
My
it.
God.
And then I've made some basic axes and stuff for everybody to use, so we can start chopping stuff down. And I'll have Tibbs kind of flying over the sky to see if he sees any movement when we finally pick a spot.
If everyone stays within 30 feet of me, we can't be snuck up on.
I mean,
All
if it
right.
has offspring, who's to say they're not in the jungle already?
man, who this big snake gonna be fucking? Huh? This thing ain't no seahorse.
Just
Yeah,
wonder if
Did it
there's
even
like,
eat, first of all?
I wouldn't say I didn't see much of a. Well, I didn't see it at all. But
Hey, is there wildlife nearby?
that's a great question. Have we seen birds, bugs,
Heard
anything?
them.
Definitely birds. Too high for bugs.
I don't
Okay.
think. I'm going to be honest. I don't think the world serpent is going to be munching on in little birds. Unless it's like a
Yeah.
unless it's like a whale fishing, like going for krill, and it just like has its mouth open, it's just scooping them all up.
Could be going
Food
for
for
fish.
thought.
Stop it. All right. Well, you want to pick a spot, Gray?
Well, let's go down to
Because-
that lesser used trail.
All right.
All right. We go down to the river. Use a sending spell.
Yep. Go ahead and message that.
All right.
Gonna drop down for supplies.
Yep.
If I
No.
send flares, we need to leave.
I'm gonna harpoon one of the trees close to the ground as a way of traversing off the ship.
All right.
And how far from the mountain do you guys want to be down this path?
Would you ask that?
Far enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we should
I
go
mean,
a
20
couple.
feet could be
we
far
should
enough
we
for
should
me.
go a couple miles. No.
All right. It should be enough that we could see movement if something blur decided to come rushing out.
Yeah.
But
'Cause
not
if-
close enough that it could lunge out and eat us from the mountain.
Because I'm just going purely based off of the the time it took for Randy to describe the snake entering the mountain is how long it takes for it to get into the mountain and out again. So that's how I'm going off of it.
Yeah, it was a few seconds. It wasn't very
It
long.
was like 20 seconds max for it to get to from the bottom of the mountain into said hole.
All the way.
In reality, it was like 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
thank you, oh gracious DM. But it's still,
Yeah.
that's not something pursuing something. That's just kind of like, all right, I'm tired from work. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a large mountain. It's not a huge mountain, but it's a large mountain with a large, probably
And
snake.
he does not encompass it.
I would
Yeah.
say,
No.
I tell you
if
what,
it were me, half a mile from the base of
Yeah.
the mountain.
I can stay within connection of Tibbs for within a mile. So I'm going to have him just watch the hole up close. And occasionally while I'm doing my work, every like 30 seconds, I'm just going to tap into Tibbs and just look. All right, we're good. Keep working. We're good. All right, we're going to keep working every 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. So the ship descends
Yeah.
over.
Just letting everybody know what we're doing and start arming people with axes.
Okay. You are now over the river highway. You do not see any snakes, but you see plenty of already fallen trees, kind of just half in the water, half out, uprooted, snapped, cracked. Bits of shedded skin from time to time as you all work.
All right, everyone, stay focused. Do not eat any berries you see. They could be poisonous. Do not touch any snakes. If it looks colorful, it probably will kill you. If you see any snakes, call it out. All right, let's go.
Do you think the skin has any use?
Am I gonna get my badge for this?
I was gonna say this is the same cadence as a fucking scout leader.
A lot of these people have no idea what they're doing. All right, these are just some humbum people. Some of them know what they're doing.
All right.
I'm gonna examine the snake skin, see if I can identify the species.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Go
help him
ahead
with that
and-
because,
I'm gonna
well,
cast
actually, I already get
Fabricate.
advantage on that. I think.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I
Can I
mean,
look at the skin?
you can use my tools to examine it yourself if you'd like.
Can I look at?
I
the
give you
skin
my
for
goggles.
medical use too?
Do I get investigation? I already. Do I get a proficiency bonus ×2? I don't know.
This would be a nature or history check, Gray, and then Chase, go ahead and give me medical.
Nature or history? No, I want to let. I want to let Darius do it, and I'll just tell him about snakes.
They're really long, and the snakes in Florida are not native, and they're actually invasive.
I like turtles.
I'm going to summon 3 skeletons and have them start chopping trees down as well to kind of help speed this
You
up.
get
Wait. Was I meant to do nature?
you
Or-
get history.
Nature
No,
or history.
do
Okay.
history with advantage. So,
Yeah. So one more roll.
okay.
but
One more roll.
also, I told everyone to
Nope.
stay within 30 feet of each other. So, I did do that. I did say that.
He did say that. He did say
He
that.
did.
Gross.
And I
There
did get my
it
little
is.
chance.
So you get an extra roll. You can cancel that one out.
What cancel the first one or
Yeah,
I'll just
cancel the-
cancel one of them.
Well,
Either,
yeah, whatever. Fine.
How many of those does she
Bullied
get a
him.
day,
I'm
right?
tired. We're almost done.
Well, she gets as many as she wants, right?
No,
I
she
think
only
he
gets
gets
so
3.
many a day.
There you go.
3?
There you go.
It's been
Oh.
a different day.
It's true. 21.
We did just wake up, yeah.
I guess I should have asked
Right.
Chase. Chase, did you want to give us that?
What am I giving you?
The luck
The
skill.
extra roll?
Yeah.
My guy is staring at the same skin, so yeah.
Your guy.
I
You're a
like to
guy?
imagine. I like to imagine. I like to imagine Chase is actually staring at a rock and thinking it's snakeskin, and is just writing stuff down. Like, wow,
Excuse
it's so
me?
smooth.
I'm staring at the same snake skin you are holding, sir. How dare you?
Mwah.
Chase, it would be a stretch, but maybe you could use it as like a bandage or something and kind of adhere it to somebody, but not really.
What a thought.
Darius,
So
it's you think you're wrong when you have your first thought because this is not their type of environment. Your first thought would be some
Yeah.
kind of python or anaconda or some kind of large constrictor is your first thought.
I mean, this is certainly giving Python or Anaconda for certain. More Anaconda, I'd say.
But the more you look at it, these scales were all black before they were shed,
Okay.
which is odd. And you keep looking. You keep looking, and you've come to the idea that these scales are a lot smaller.
It's a different
Like-
fucking snake, isn't it?
Like they were compact. Like so
Yep.
they could go through sand without them getting into the scales.
This is a fucking cobra.
That is definitely more of a possibility than your original thought of an anaconda.
Okay.
So what you're
okay.
telling me is
So it's not a
there's more than
constrictor at
one.
all.
It appears that you may be amongst the midst of a gigantic fucking king cobra.
Fuck,
Oh
it's,
my
it's Jafar. We're fighting fucking Jafar. Oh, it's madness. I feel like
Can
we
I
would
collect
have.
some of these scales?
Yeah, you can pull some of the scales out of like the skin if you wanted to. I need a survival check to see how many you can get.
Might be able to use some of these scales as kind of a
Armor?
armor for the ship, or for ourselves.
Hey, 18.
I'd say you can find 10 mostly intact scales.
And how big are they?
Each scale is about the size of your torso.
Fucking hell. Okay, that's rad.
This would be good for ship.
Yeah,
repairs.
you
I
could
bet
sled
this
on
is-
these bad boys.
Yeah, these are.
Mm.
I bet these are strong.
They do not bend if you try to bend them. If you start to put a bunch of force, there's a little bit of give.
While we are inspecting this snake, by the way, the people from the ship that Titus has kind of summoned, they are also gathering as well because there are like at least 4 of us now looking at this snake or this snake skin. We're also gathering resources as we are doing this, right? Or is that kind of taken a standstill?
All the other ship people are harvesting resources
Okay,
when
cool.
you guys aren't.
Cool. I didn't want to, obviously it's great that we now know what kind of snake it is, but it's brilliant. But like, long-term survival needs.
Yeah, Titus is fabricating the ship right now while they're all chopping trees and the
Brilliant.
skeletons are too.
Brilliant,
So, yeah.
brilliant. If you need anything from me, by the way, I can.
There are plenty of axes. We got plenty of trees to chop. We need to start loading this up as well.
Cool. I'm going to write down the information that I've garnered from this in my notes, and I'm not going to take any scales back myself, mostly because I think Actually, you know what? I'll see. I'll see how many I can take back myself.
I'm gonna take
Why not?
as many scales as I can.
Yeah.
If you want scale, survival check.
Survival, baby. 14.
Okay, you get 7.
Fabulous.
14.
7.
Oh, twinsies.
All right. And as the sun starts to rise
Can I
to the middle of the sky,
do my
Go ahead.
perception check through tips now that my
don't need
fabricate's
to.
all done?
Because as you do a quick little glimpse into Tibbs,
Uh-huh.
the snake is already head out of the mountain.
Fuck's sake.
Is it the
I'm
same
gonna
snake?
immediately come out.
Yep.
Red alert! Red
Hmm.
alert!
And Titus, you were not, I don't know if you were privy to the idea of it being a king cobra, but you do see the folded in
It was not.
neck.
The hood.
I see it now.
The hood is folded in, it is not flared.
I'm getting a full view through Tibbs right now.
I would like to grab a
you see
handful of dirt, by the way, real quick, and put it in my pouch.
Mm-hmm.
You see it
I
come out of the
invited you,
mountain
Neil.
and
Yeah.
start to swirl around the peak of the mountain
Uh-huh.
and
If
come
it
to
lo-
rest.
Looks our direction. I'm gonna break connection and start loading up.
It is
I'm just-
currently basking at the top of a mountain, coiling itself. It's a huge body, the entire rounded tip. And now you see why it is this mountain is completely round,
Mm-hmm.
as it just coils itself up and lays there, unmoving. You can see it just below the hood. You can see it kind of breathing very slowly, these huge breaths. Every once in a while you see its huge forked tongue come out and lick the air as it
I li-
lays
I like
there.
to I like to imagine it makes like a it's so big that it makes like a whipping sound when it comes out.
Fortunately, you can't hear through Tibbs, I do not think.
No, that's just me. That's just me thinking aloud. That's how I imagine.
Right here,
That's
just
what I
hearing the
imagine it would
wind
be.
just whooshing. Yeah.
No.
Let's see. Limited telepathy. Familiar. While the two of you are bonded, the companion can sense within a mile. That we can magically communicate ideas within 100 feet. Where is the one? Telepathic bond. The companion can sense the pseudo dragon's senses as long as they are within 1 mile. So all senses: smell, hearing,
All
and
senses?
sight. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when the tongue does flick real quick, it definitely it's not quite as loud as a whip. It's not moving in that kind of cracking motion, but it definitely has an audible sound to it from its mass. You can hear the breathing. It's deep, slow inhales and exhales. And as this thing came out, you heard the sound of the forest. And this even though you guys are that half mile out, you all kind of feel the forest grow silent. As everything is gone into a hushed, scared hide. As this, you can't even call it an apex for what this thing is. This god of the jungle leaves its cave. And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Holy
Oh.
moly.
That's a big boy.
Oh man.